Konbanwa. So there we go, it's working. And before you ask, I'm doing fine. Let's see. I do have some good news from yesterday, but I will share that momentarily. Very well then. Oh. I see. Since some people might be showing up later, I'll give it some time. No, I was half expecting what's his name to be all first, but $11. Right now I'm scrolling through YouTube, seeing if there's anything interesting. I mean, I know I already have some things lined up, but nothing wrong with going through again to see what's here. There are also like 2 little short videos that I wanted to share, but I don't know when I would want to share them. Oh, it's a club. There are literally too many. Yeah, on purpose. Oh. I need to find out where or when to show this thing that I have. Last one for the year. Ow, my eye. You know what, I may as well share it now. I went to play DDR last week and I finally... The bottom of the mine, nice. But here. I finally passed the hardest song or the hardest chart in the game. It was only several years in the making. And I wish I could say more, but you're the only one that's here right now, so apologies for that noise. But yeah, I finally got it after all this time. The thing is, in my head, I imagined popping off like crazy. Either popping off like crazy or being absurdly exhausted. But when I was done with that, I was just kind of relieved. Like, as I was doing it, I actually didn't feel as, like, tired, I guess, or as bad as I usually would feel doing a song like this. I only have one more 19 left to do, and that's Lacrima Requiem. I was told when I went to the doctor the other day that I should be doing some calf stretches, which may or may not have helped. I don't know if it's placebo or if it actually was something that I needed to do. But I was at least able to finally get it out of the way. And you can see the gauge is almost empty. Once again, I was towards the end and I was like hovering between 0 and 10%, and I was just, please, just let me get it out of the way. But in exchange, I ended up getting one great on a level 16, and I got that one great towards the very, very end, like the third or fourth to last note, and I let out a big F, and I dropped a big F-bomb when that happened, because it was at the very, very end of the song, and I really wanted to get it out of the way, but I'd rather take a 19 pass over literally any other type of score. But I also did get some new records on some stuff. Yeah. No, that's not what I wanted. I want to get rid of it now. There we go. Perfect. Well, I don't want to wait anymore since there's no one else that seems to be here at the moment. Either that or someone's lurking. There was that new Paranoia remix that got added from the new Redemption game that came out. May as well take a look at the chart. I won't be able to play this until September just due to the event that it's a part of, but we can at least take a look at the chart. Yes, I went to the doctor. They told me to stretch my calves. You know, isometric exercise. You just got here. Oh, everyone. Oh, as soon as I switch over, that's when everyone starts spawn camping. I get it now. But I wanted to take a look at this. I won't be able to unlock it until like the very beginning of September. And it's a remix of Paranoia from this Redemption game that they made. And everyone's calling it Jazzy Groove. Hostile stagey.
Prepare.
Yeah. Damn, this is funky. It's the bass song, but it's got extra instrumentation. Or at least that's what it seems like. Feel so good. $500 in appraisal, nah. Okay, here we go. I was wondering why this is a 14 when there isn't that many complex patterns and now the yellow notes appear. Okay, I don't know how that pattern's supposed to go, or that one. I think those are supposed to be crossovers. But now it's definitely a 14. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Definitely a very unconventional Paranoia remix. It's the bass song, but it's got a lot of extra instrumentals to it. We played that 40 minutes. Yep. All right, and then one more DDR-related video I wanted to see is Oshima got a new PB on Valkyrie Dimension, and I want to see how he pulls it off.
Let's go.
I still struggle with certain parts of this song, especially the ending. But then we have players like Oshima who can do it so seamlessly. Did Oshima get new shoes? I don't recognize those. Out of all of the things for me to point out. They're certainly doing pretty well. Yeah. I need to revisit the challenge chart at some point so that I can get better at doing 19s consistently. Worked 9 to 5, then Walmarted, watched an ANCAP live stream, made dinner, played Minecraft. Nice. And now you're watching this live stream. I still struggle with that pattern there. And I still struggle with this ending. And then I still struggle with this part too. What the heck was that noise? Single digit perfect. I don't remember. What was Christopher Life's record on this? I know he's got like a similar score on this or something like that. But, alright, that's all of the DDR stuff that I wanted to take a look at. Oh, dang it. I already it fell, ding. Alright. Let's see. I don't have too much too much lined up. Now, there was this one thing that I was thinking about while I was doing deliveries. I was thinking the next time that we do a meme review, we can make it a bingo game. It's been a while since we've done a bingo of anything. I don't even remember what the last one was. It was either Mauer Pegasus or it was AI Pixar Slop. But I already have a few ideas as for how the bingo sheet could be arranged. I have this nail clipper that I keep messing with. I dropped it, and then it disassembled upon impact, and I can't find the one hinge. So that's a bust. But if anyone's got any recommendations that are something substantial, feel free to let me know. But we may as well get into the main topic of the stream title, and that is Honey getting I think they can rewind the stream if they wanted to. I mean, you know what? Here. If I can find it. Although, the moment that I do this, it's gonna show up really big, and I don't know why OBS does it like that. I don't know why OBS has to show it, like, really big, but I finally passed this song. This is the hardest chart in the entire game, and I finally passed it after however many years of on and off attempts. And I was so relieved when I finally got it. Yeah, and I noticed that my great count is greater than my perfect count, which hasn't happened in a long time, but I only have one more 19 to pass, and once that happens, then I can officially refer to myself as a high-tier player, not a top-tier player. I consider myself to be upper mid-tier, but once I pass Lacrima Requiem's challenge chart, only then can I consider myself to be a high-tier player, but not top. I'm not top-tier until I can consistently pass 19s without too much trouble, which I've been playing this game for since 2020, I think, and I'm still not at that level yet. So it'll definitely take years before any of that happens. But we're getting into the topic of our stream. Well, the thing that was, I thought I said I stopped smoking. Now I'm getting hot. What are you talking? That's not, Jack. God damn it. No, that's not what I'm talking about. No. That only happened once, where I tried to play DDR while high. That only happened once, and no, my performance wasn't really that affected. I couldn't even tell. I'm guessing but that's a story for another time. But no, I'm not that kind of high. Not that type of high. What do I look like? Casey Tron? Nah, man. But we're going to see Honey getting terminated as its lawsuits proceed. And for those that don't know, Honey was some sort of PayPal extension that allowed you to get good deals on items that you would want to buy, only to find out that the code of Honey was written in such a way that if you were to try to use like a YouTuber or content creator's affiliate links, and then you clicked on the Honey pop-up after clicking on the YouTuber link, then Honey will overwrite the YouTuber link, meaning that the YouTuber would not be able to get their commission. And this was a huge thing, a huge scandal a few years ago, and apparently they're still trying to, and apparently the story continues. Mr. Beast was a big proponent of that. And so we're going to see, I watched like the first few seconds of it, and I want to see how far that this saga has come.
This is a cease and desist letter sent to me by PayPal's lawyers in December of last year. In it,
Was it last year? Did we look at something? I don't even remember the last time we took a look at this.
PayPal warned that my
Or something
investigation
like
was,
this.
quote, defamatory
Oh yeah, I remember watching it like this.
and described Honey's business practices as being, quote, legal and responsible. Well, just weeks after publishing
Yes, the Honey scam is worse than I thought. Yes, and we have all of these content creators with Mr. Beast at the forefront saying that, yeah, you should totally use this service that's clearly not ripping off other content creators.
that investigation, 3 of PayPal's largest affiliate network partners announced punitive actions against the company, with one of them, Rakuten, terminating the
Can I get my actually face? It's Rakuten.
relationship with Honey entirely, resulting in their removal from over 2,000 online stores, including Walmart, Lego, Sephora, Newegg, Uniqlo, and Samsung, to name a few.
The fact that all of these big name companies are ending their partnerships tells you everything that you need to know. Even they don't want anything to do with that nonsense.
Actually costing Honey millions of dollars in lost affiliate revenue. Ouch. As a result, PayPal issued a statement of regret a few
We regret this, but we're still going to sue you for defamation.
days later, claiming they had no idea they were in possession of code.
Oh, they had no idea that the code was there, huh? Just like Bricks and Minifigs didn't know about the secret document or whatever the hell. They didn't know about the Legos.
Responsible for poaching affiliate commissions from content creators, insisting they only discovered the code after my reporting exposed it.
Yes, after he exposed them, and yet they have the audacity to accuse him of defamation, which is precisely what Logan Paul had been doing to CoffeeZilla.
The same reporting they had just claimed was defamatory. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, not only is PayPal's claim that they had no idea a provable lie, but the code in question was formally included as
It
evidence
makes me wonder if the owners of Bricks and Minifix are somehow in cahoots with, Honey.
against them in the ongoing
Sonic. Oh.
federal class
Oh, I bet you can't make a sentence without using the letter A. You thought you just did something there, did you?
action lawsuit. A lawsuit
I've seen that video a number of times, including the very verbose version of that video.
they desperately tried to have thrown out. Twice. But
Twice.
unfortunately for PayPal, the federal judge handling the case recently denied their motion to dismiss. Whether PayPal likes it or not, this lawsuit is moving forward. So in this video, I'll be walking you through everything that's been happening behind the scenes. The lawsuits, network terminations, CEOs attacking my credibility while profiting from Honey, hit pieces from industry publications.
Oh, what Megalag gets wrong about PayPal money and affiliate marketing? It's always that. It's always these quote-unquote fact checkers that can't even check their own facts.
Who also have ties with PayPal.
Yeah, definitely not biased at all when you clearly have ties. Yeah.
Turns out, I pissed off an entire industry. So, let's get into it.
Let's go.
One of the most interesting things to witness after releasing part 1 of my Honey series was the
Well, maybe we did take a look at that video, unless I'm thinking of a different one.
reaction from the affiliate industry, particularly those who stood to gain the most from Honey's business model. For example, Adam Ross, the CEO of Awin, one of Honey's largest affiliate network partners, wrote a LinkedIn post basically insinuating that my video was sensationalist clickbait.
It was, yep.
Then there were guys like Brooke Schaff, the founder of a company that supplies monetizable coupon codes to Honey. He published
Of course. Yes. All the people that benefit from these alleged scams are the ones that are going to be defending them. I've never even heard of any of these companies, which tells me everything I need to know.
an entire blog post calling my video a hit job, declaring that Honey did nothing wrong and that I was, quote, 100% wrong.
We did an internal investigation and we have found no wrongdoing.
And there were even publications that took aim at my work with headlines like, "What Mega Lag got wrong?" who I later found out also had ties to Honey. Point is, the ones complaining the loudest all turned out to have skin in the game. But then I revealed
And
the
it wasn't even Honey themselves that are saying it.
one thing they couldn't spin. Honey wasn't just stealing commissions, they had intentionally built an entire system around hiding their behavior from the industry. The system was designed to profile who you were as a user. If you look like a regular shopper, Honey ignored stand-down rules and allowed influencer commissions to be diverted into their own pockets. But if you look like someone from within the industry, Honey suddenly played by the rules to avoid
Oops, this is
getting
disabled
caught.
here.
They effectively engineered a defeat device, and with this revelation, the industry had no choice but to respond appropriately, including the ones who profit from Honey's business model. And the first to act was Rakuten, an affiliate network that connected Honey with over 2,000 online stores. Just weeks after exposing PayPal's defeat device, Rakuten terminated their relationship with Honey entirely and sent the following notice to their clients. We're ready to let you know that
Maybe?
publisher Honey has been terminated from the Rakuten advertising network. Therefore, this publisher has been removed from your affiliate program, effective immediately.
No, I haven't heard about Rakuten in a long time. I remember seeing a lot of commercials for that, where if you could pronounce the name right, then you would get some money that was inside their little stalls.
Boom. Just like that, Honey lost access to over 2,000 online stores, many of which were very big brand names. That is
Oh.
a huge hit for PayPal, but it also sucks for Rakuten because keep in mind, affiliate networks like Rakuten are the organizations who run this industry. They set the rules, they enforce compliance, and they control the flow of sales. So when something as damning as this is brought to light, it's terrible PR for them. The fact that a YouTuber with zero experience in security research uncovered blatant fraud they had missed for years, it looks bad. That said, while networks like Rakuten need to be seen enforcing the rules, they also earn a significant amount of money from publishers like Honey.
So when you cut off ties, they're obviously... That actually reminds me of one of those Lego franchise, or one of those Lego shops that received a lot of money from Bricks and Minifigs by selling their figures and stuff to them. But after they learned about what was going on behind the scenes, they had to cut all ties, even though it was a major detriment to them financially. So, and I guess Rakuten is doing the same thing.
Probably heard the saying, money doesn't grow on trees, right? Well, in the affiliate industry, it kinda does. And for networks like Rakuten, Honey is one of the larger trees in the orchard. But wait, doesn't Rakuten have its own coupon cashback extension? Yes, Rakuten Rewards is technically a competing extension. Ironically, one they too are being sued over.
Oh lord, so they're all in on it together, even though they're I don't know how to word that properly. Why did I hesitate saying that? Apparently they have their own things going on, but apparently it's not as big as Honey.
But that's a completely separate side of their business. As a network, Rakuten still earns money every time Honey claim commission for a sale. So trust me, they did not want to lose that partnership, yet they cut them loose anyways. So initially I thought, damn, well done Rakuten, the first network to take action against PayPal, even when it was detrimental to their business. But that all changed after some internal emails between PayPal and Rakuten were brought to light through discovery in the ongoing class action
What happened here? Were they still in cahoots? Was this just for the sake of optics?
lawsuit. According to court filings, internal emails between Rakuten and PayPal show Honey has repeatedly violated Rakuten's stand-down policies from as early as July 2020 and continuing even after the
That was before July 2020. That was long before any of this information regarding Honey was ever exposed.
filing of the complaints in this action through at least May 2025. Yikes! Not only does that look bad for PayPal, but it also looks terrible for Rakuten. They knew Honey was violating the stand-down policy.
Now I understand. No, I see.
For years, and the entire time,
So they've been doing this all this time, yet only now that they decide, yeah, enough is enough.
they kept Honey on the network anyways. Now, some of those emails made it onto the public record, and after reading through them, the dynamic is honestly insane. In this one email chain, Rakuten flags a stand-down violation to PayPal, and while PayPal initially responds, they then start ignoring Rakuten's emails, forcing them to repeatedly chase PayPal for an answer. This goes on for weeks, and when PayPal finally addresses the violation, they tell Rakuten that their stand-down policies are, quote, overreach. The fact that PayPal feels confident telling a network that their rules suck really speaks to who actually runs this industry. After seeing those emails, Rakuten's termination of Honey looks a whole lot less like them taking a principled stand, and a whole lot more like them pretending to act tough on compliance.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
Those emails would hit the public record. I did reach out to Rakuten for comment, but didn't hear back from them.
Well, of course you're not gonna hear back from them.
But regardless of Rakuten's motives, this termination was still a disaster for PayPal. It got the entire affiliate world talking, and just a few days later, PayPal quietly deactivated their defeat device and broke their silence. They apologized to the industry, if you can even call it that.
We would like to apologize for what we did. It was very wrong of us, and we are very sorry.
Via an exclusive statement to Hello Partner, the same publication that wrote the What Mega Lag Got Wrong.
Oh no.
Wrong article.
Oh,
Lol. On Monday morning, Rakuten Advertising shared an email with partners notifying them that PayPal's Honey browser extension had been terminated from the network and removed from existing affiliate programs. The dispute follows accusations from industry commentators.
Commentators. It's always yes. The commentary situation is insane.
Okay, that's hilarious. They won't even cite me by name anymore. When I'm
Yeah, it seems like he is now their Voldemort.
wrong, I'm Megalake. When I'm right, I'm just an
industry commentator, and I'm sure he's not the only one. I'm sure even people like CoffeeZilla have commentated on it.
commentator. Classic. The dispute follows accusations from industry commentators and professionals that PayPal Honey uses a defeat device to detect user type and selectively bypass stand-down policy. Rakuten Advertising declined to comment on the move. I wonder why. PayPal has now shared an exclusive response with Hello Partner. PayPal and Rakuten are long-standing partners. We are aware of the actions taken regarding PayPal and are working with them on a resolution. The code causing this behavior has been identified and no longer has an impact. The code was implemented prior to PayPal's acquisition and appears to affect less than 0.1% of Honey's traffic. Now, PayPal claiming the defeat device only affects 0.1% of Honey's traffic is, in my opinion, incredibly misleading without additional context. As I highlighted in my last video, Honey stored the code for this defeat device in the cloud, meaning they could alter how strict the system was at any time without ever updating their extension on Chrome. A single rule alteration could change how many people Honey targeted, and that's exactly what happened. In 2023, Honey's defeat device would ignore stand-on rules for virtually everyone, unless they found cookies on your computer, signaling that you had visited an affiliate network's website, clearly a tiny percentage of their users. But sometime between then and the release of my first video, PayPal quietly altered the rules, requiring users have at least 65,000 cashback points before they would break the rules.
I apologize for not being able to comment too much on this.
They went from targeting a
I really need to think twice about what I name my streams.
very large portion of their users to a much narrower set with one quiet update. So when PayPal says 0.1%, was that under their latest rules or the old ones? I did ask
Yes.
PayPal for clarification, but unfortunately, they're not interested in answering my questions anymore.
Well, both Rakuten and PayPal are these mega corporations, so it's not like they're going to pay attention to little old you, unless of course it's to write some hit piece article.
Instead, they offered me a corporate slop statement,
Yes.
which I'll include at the end of this video. Now, this next statement
No, we'll stay till the end just so we can read that out loud.
is really interesting. The spokesperson said that the code was only recently discovered
Recently discovered, even though it's been known about for a while.
by PayPal, and upon being made aware of it, the company has deactivated. That is patently false.
So, if I was to go find some YouTube video that had some sponsor, if I were to click on their little link and then immediately click on Honey, would the YouTuber still get their commission, or would Honey take all of it? That will settle the debate once and for all.
Yes, the defeat device was developed in 2017 under the original founder's leadership. Then PayPal inherited it when they acquired Honey in 2020. However, at the time, the defeat device was encrypted, scrambled, so that even if someone found it, they couldn't read it. Then, in 2021, under PayPal's ownership, the entire system was rebuilt. The rules were restructured into a completely new format and stored in plain text on PayPal servers. That's not a minor tweak, that's a fundamental redesign.
Give me one more.
PayPal's
Sorry, had to sneeze.
developers had to build that from the ground up. You can't rebuild a system, continue adjusting its rules year after year, then claim you had no idea it existed. PayPal claiming ignorance here is fucking wild. The way I see it, it's just a straight up lie. And let's not forget, I alerted PayPal to the defeat device in my request to comment sent to them on December 18th. But rather than immediately deactivating it, PayPal labeled my accusations as not accurate and ignoring basic facts.
Ignoring basic facts, sure.
Then had their lawyers threaten
Yes.
to sue me. They only deactivated the code on January 13th, almost
Yeah, they did it after everything was all said and done.
a full month later. The article ends with a statement from a PayPal executive stating, "We regret the impact the situation has had on our partners and look forward to working together for the betterment of the entire industry." Now, you may have noticed this article isn't exactly dripping with criticism against PayPal, and there's a very good reason for that. You see, when I first saw the What Mega Lag Got Wrong article, I initially brushed it off as a publication trying to be contrarian for clicks. But then they published another article, this time platforming a
The Honey co-founder response to
post from
backlash.
Honey co-founder Ryan Hudson, who attempted to
Well, that's your first mistake. You did it on Reddit.
write off my entire investigation as a conspiratorial hit piece. Both articles were written by the same journalist, Sol Wilkinson, and
Oh, and let me guess, he has some stakes in the company.
for neither article did Sol offer me the right to respond. Yet he had no problem doing that for PayPal. So I'm thinking to myself, man, these guys at Hello Partner sure have a raging boner for Honey. This led to me digging into their company.
Yep, and that's one of their affiliates.
Surprise, surprise, Honey was a premier sponsor of their flagship conference. Probably should have disclosed that conflict of interest to their paying subscribers. But here's where it gets even more hilarious. Sol, the journalist, actually emailed this article to me explaining that Hello
I thought you'd be interested to say what we had. Of course, yes, you have to link your own article.
Partner is, quote, Switzerland.
Switzerland on... Our stance is Switzerland on... What the hell does that even mean? We don't dig into any opinions or interpretations of this, so they're feigning neutrality.
When it comes to industry disputes, which is why they didn't offer any opinions on PayPal getting booted from Rakuten. That's right, the guy who had no problem criticizing my work is now claiming he's Switzerland. You can't make this shit up. And get this, I offered Sol an exclusive statement to include in his article addressing the claims made by PayPal, something most journalists would jump at. But of course, it was never included. All things considered, pretty shocking behavior from a publication that lists inclusive and unbiased
Inclusive and unbiased. Sounds like your average woke person.
is one of its core values. Now, as annoying as this behavior is, bias in the media is by no means a new concept, and it makes navigating the news incredibly frustrating, which is
Is this ground news?
why I partnered with today's sponsor, Ground News.
Ground news. Well, this isn't... We need to release the Honey files? Yes, because... because they're stealing our... Because the humans are stealing the honey on a massive scale, and nobody's talking about it. We should have a trial between the honeybees and the people, because talking bee. How do we know that this isn't some sort of Hollywood wizardry? For all we know, Barry the Bee could be on steroids. That's a...
Following Rakuten's termination, the situation for PayPal only got worse. The CEO of Impact, another major affiliate network, announced they too were taking action against Honey.
And were they aware of any of this going on in the same way that Rakuten was?
Following a thorough investigation, Impact has determined that Honey is out of compliance with our platform policies and has been removed from the Impact Discovery marketplace. We've also temporarily suspended their account while we confirm they have made the necessary changes to comply with our terms and conditions. Now, this sounds a lot worse than it really years, they basically just pulled honey from their marketplace, meaning new merchants can't discover or partner with honey. Online stores already partnered with honey through Impact will remain unaffected. Still sucks for PayPal, obviously, this limits their ability to grow, but that's about it. The next network to take action was Awin, and this one mattered the most because Awin
Yes, the statement on the remediation plan.
is by far PayPal's biggest affiliate network partner, giving honey access to over 16,000 merchants. The response came straight from their CEO, Adam Ross, the same guy who initially
I thought he said Aiden Ross, and I'm like, no, that's not Aiden Ross.
brushed off my entire investigation as clickbait.
Of course.
Awin Group is providing an update on its ongoing investigation into Honey's browser extension practices following recent public scrutiny within the affiliate marketing industry. As soon as Awin Group became aware of the allegations raised publicly, we opened a formal internal investigation into the activity in question.
And let me guess, they found no wrongdoing.
The investigation has since confirmed breaches of our publisher policies.
Oh, well, it looks like I gotta eat my words.
Honey has confirmed they regret the impact the situation has had and agreed they will work with us to remediate that impact. In line with our standard enforcement processes, Awin Group immediately took protective actions. These included suspending payments and access to new advertiser programs. So Awin cut Honey off from new partnerships the same way Impact did, but on top of that, they also suspended Honey's payments and put them on a remediation plan. This plan involves PayPal funding certain initiatives like giving networks access to their source code and implementing policies for online stores to manage and remove unauthorized coupon codes. Now, I will give credit where it's due. These three networks at least did something, which is more than we can say for these other networks
All these other ones, so they're all a bunch of dick suckers.
who stayed silent and, as far as I can tell, did absolutely nothing. The consequences of these actions
They're probably just feigning ignorance.
are significant. This is terrible PR for PayPal, it's costing them real money, and it will almost certainly be used against them in the ongoing litigation. However, the fact that every single one of these networks has allowed Honey to continue operating on their platform is genuinely fucking insane. Even Rakuten, the one network that terminated Honey, has since quietly allowed them back onto their platform.
Shh, we're going to quietly do it. Yeah, we said we're cutting off ties in order to maintain appearances, but no, we're still going to be funding all this shit.
And frankly, I'm not surprised. Look, these punitive measures obviously suck for PayPal, but when you consider the seriousness of what they did, it's nothing more than a slap on the wrist. And that sets a terrible precedent for the entire industry, because every bad actor just watched a Fortune 500 company break the rules, build a system to cover it up, got caught, yet was ultimately allowed to continue doing business. Good luck enforcing the rules after that. Now, regardless of how these networks have handled this, the fallout from the scandal has still hit Honey hard, and that's mostly thanks to you guys.
Yep.
So I was curious to see if there were any measurable insights into how much damage has been done. Well, thanks to data compiled by my buddy Yelta, we can actually put some numbers to it, and it's brutal. On top of losing 7 million users,
Damn, no, look at that go down. They've lost now 8 million users. Rip Bozo.
Honey has also lost over 7,000 merchant partners, even after being allowed back onto Rakuten's network. We can see that in December 2024, Honey was partnered with roughly 35,000 online stores, and that number has since fallen to just over 28,000. That's a significant loss of business. And keep in mind, some merchant partners are more valuable to PayPal than others. For example, one of those lost partnerships was Apple, who was Honey's largest partner
Really?
in terms of monetizable
Go ahead, Steve.
traffic. Here's a crazy statistic. Apple alone generated more shopping traffic than Honey's bottom 27,000 partnered stores combined. And Apple wasn't the only big brand to jump ship.
And a whole bunch of others. I saw CVS, Gap, Barnes & Noble, American Eagle, even Meta, and Kroger, and all of that.
There's a ton of them.
Those are big name stores that are cutting off ties.
So yeah, that's gotta sting. Honey's database of coupons has taken a huge hit too. As of December last year, Honey had 90,000 coupons, but is now down to about 50,000. And there's a very good reason for that loss of 40,000 coupons. One of the issues I highlighted in the series was Honey quietly harvesting coupon codes from users at checkout without their knowledge or consent.
Yeah.
As a result, private employee discounts, friends and family codes, and even
Okay.
military veteran discounts
Oh, damn. So they're just taking advantage of all of this stuff.
were ending up on Honey for anyone to use. Well, the vast majority of codes recently removed
Oh, that's right. Couldn't these types of codes be used for pretty much anyone at that point?
were user source coupons, going from 29,000 down to just 3,000. So it appears as though the networks have finally cracked down on this, which is a huge win for the small businesses who are affected by this behavior. But it's not all good news. Of the 50,000 coupons Honey still has, at least 10,000 are still known to be expired.
Oh, no. So, okay, I understand what's going on. So if you were one of the lucky people, the lucky 1 in 5 people that got one of these expired coupons, it looks like you're going to be out of luck. And how many of those might be from YouTube links?
And PayPal is still applying those codes at checkout, fully aware that they're expired.
Oh, wait, so they're still getting... So they have these expired coupons, yet somehow they're still redeemable. I wonder if they're... I am genuinely curious about the legality of such a practice, whether or not they know that they're doing it.
Confirmed this through multiple tests, as well as reviewing Honey's source code. Now keep in mind, Honey was previously claiming commissions on sales, even when they couldn't find you a working coupon. And around the time I exposed this issue, PayPal had around 14,000 stores with no valid coupons and zero cashback to offer. So this wasn't some random edge case scenario as some people have speculated. No, PayPal was earning legit money while wasting your time with expired codes. Google did try to put an
Okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding it.
into this behavior in 2025 by updating their Chrome store policies. This enforcement barred extensions like Honey from claiming commissions unless they actually provided users with some form of benefit. Sweet, problem solved, right? Well, not quite. Honey found a simple but clever workaround. They just quietly activated cashback across virtually all of their partnered stores. That might sound like a win for consumers, and technically it is, but for the majority of those stores, Honey is only offering 0.1 to 1% cash.
Yeah, you know, the Arby's near you accepts expired coupons to get them out of circulation. Oh, Lord. I wonder if they can partner with Honey in that case.
Back. And based on my own testing, Honey has only ever given me
Rewards
the
found.
minimum of the advertised range. And based on the latest captured data, Honey offers this dog shit rate for almost 70% of their cashback active merchants. Point is, Honey still benefits from enticing you with an expired coupon because when it inevitably fails, they default to cashback, allowing them to cash in on the sale while giving you pennies on the dollar. But hey, on the bright side,
Wow,
at least
lucky.
PayPal aren't poaching affiliate commissions nearly as often as they once were. Speaking of which, let's discuss the ongoing class action lawsuits because
All right.
there have been some really significant developments there. As
I want to see what's actually going on now.
most of you already know, PayPal's behavior caught the attention of a ton of different law firms. One of the first to file was YouTuber and attorney Legal Eagle, who filed a class.
Oh, Legal Eagle is, unfortunately, he's too woke for his own good.
Action against-
He woked too close to the sun and makes a whole bunch of videos about Ronald Thump.
PayPal Honey on behalf of content creators. After he filed, around
Wendover
20 other
Productions.
law firms filed similar complaints across different states. Now, when you've got that many law firms suing over the same thing, the courts don't want to handle them all separately. That's a huge waste of valuable court resources. So the cases get consolidated into one big class action, and the assigned judge selects a small group of law firms to lead the case. But that's just the creator lawsuit. Most people don't realize that on top of that, there are two additional class actions against PayPal over Honey. One brought on behalf of consumers in the United States, and another on behalf of consumers in the United Kingdom. Both are suing PayPal for allegedly misleading consumers with false marketing claims. I'm not going into detail on those particular lawsuits today, but here's where they currently stand. The case brought on behalf of consumers in the UK was recently dismissed.
Okay.
However, that decision is now being appealed in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. As for the US consumer case, that's still ongoing. But let's talk about the creator lawsuit, which is being overseen by federal judge Beth Freeman in the Northern District of California.
All right,
Three
let's
competing
check
law
it.
firms were selected to represent the plaintiffs, the content creators. Interestingly, Legal Eagle's firm
Okay, I figured.
wasn't one of the firms chosen. I guess being first to file doesn't automatically win you a seat at the table. But hey, shout out to Legal Eagle for taking the lead and bringing more attention to the story. Anyways, once the case is consolidated, the defendant, PayPal, gets to assess the claims made against them, and almost always they file what's known as a motion to dismiss, which is them basically asking the judge to throw the case out entirely before it even moves forward to trial. Now, in November 2025, there was a hearing on
The Ohio Jesse.
that motion to dismiss, which I listened into live. And during those oral arguments, it was pretty clear that Judge Freeman wasn't entirely convinced that the content creators had demonstrated that PayPal actually violated any contracts. So things weren't exactly off to a good start. But the judge laid out for the lawyers where she felt the complaint fell short. She also allowed discovery to begin, meaning both sides now had to start handing over documents and evidence. And a few weeks later, she issued her formal decision, effectively dismissing all claims, but with leave to amend.
Okay.
This means that while PayPal got a temporary win on paper, the lawyers representing the content creators were allowed to go back, fix the issues the judge highlighted,
Okay.
and file an amended complaint. Regardless, it didn't take long for the usual suspects to take a premature victory lap. PayPal's law
That's pretty much what happened with Ethan Klein versus Denims.
lawyers, hello partner, and of course Ryan Hudson, who tweeted case dismissed despite not owning the company anymore. But little did
Okay.
they know, I had an ace up my sleeve. That of course being the
The code itself.
discovery of Honey's defeat device, and I was
Okay.
fairly confident that once exposed, it would help the case significantly. And sure enough, after that video went live, the lawyers formally included it into the amended complaint.
Let's go.
Now, I'll be honest, I was a little worried they wouldn't because they only had like 5 or 6 days after my video was published before their amended complaint was due, but they managed to pull it off. So, let's take a look. On page
Let's check
65,
it.
we can see the following. PayPal devised several methods to ignore or circumvent stand-down protocols. PayPal designed Honey to surreptitiously avoid standing down at all when it detects the browser is likely being used by an actual consumer rather than a network tester or network auditor, i.e. users who are not there to shop but to test the browser extension for compliance with stand-down rules. Honey has created 4 basic criteria through which it determines whether or not to stand down. The lawyers then lay out the 4 criteria Honey tested: how old your account was, how many cashback points you had earned, if you're on a blacklisted website with special rules, and lastly, whether you had visited an affiliate network's website, which the complaint describes as arguably the most glaring reveal of PayPal's bad intent. Couldn't agree more. So there you have it, my big discovery now formally alleged in a federal complaint. Not gonna lie, after all the hard work I put into uncovering this, it feels good. And the inclusion of this evidence wasn't the only improvement. The lawyers did a great job strengthening the complaint across the board. Okay.
Has this been reviewed yet, or do we still have to wait a little longer?
Okay, but what effect has all of this had on the case? Well, on June 4th, there was a second hearing
Just sleepy, but you're off to work in a few hours. Okay.
on PayPal's motion to dismiss. And this time, there was a completely different energy in the courtroom.
Oh, okay. So did everything take a turn for the better?
The moment the hearing started, the judge made it clear that she believed this case could move forward. And when she invited PayPal's lead attorney to make his arguments, Richard Jacobson, the same lawyer who sent me the cease and desist, she joked that he had an uphill battle ahead of him and might not be winning the motion to dismiss.
Uh-oh.
A brutal thing to hear before you've even opened your mouth. And it only went downhill from there.
Uh-oh. Oh no, this is gonna be great.
Throughout the hearing, Judge Freeman constantly pushed back on PayPal's arguments, challenging them at every turn. To give you an example, at one point, PayPal tried arguing that affiliate IDs don't hold any real intrinsic value.
They're just short strings of numbers and letters. No real intrinsic value. Those numbers and stuff usually mean something.
Because they're just short strings of numbers and letters. The judge responded with something along the lines of, well, you could say the same thing about a dollar bill.
Oh my god, no, she got him good.
To which Richard replied, quote, I don't know how to respond to that.
Exactly. And that's how I am with regards to some memes.
And in my view, that kind of sums up PayPal's whole defense. On the other hand, as the lawyers representing the content creators presented their arguments, the judge mostly listened in without interrupting. It was pretty obvious which way she was leaning, so it seemed very likely during this hearing that the amended complaint had done its job.
All right, let's go. Nothing wrong with doing a little double checking. This is why you always double check your work.
Now, it's important to understand that when a judge rules on a motion to dismiss, it's not as simple as deciding whether to throw out the entire case or keep it. The judge has to go through each individual claim and decide on the merits of each one separately. So for example, she might say, yes, I see a legitimate case for computer fraud, but no, I don't think you've proven unfair business practices. She could dismiss every claim besides one, and the lawsuit would still move forward on that one remaining claim, just under a much more limited scope. And after listening to the hearing, I thought the judge would allow most of the claims to survive, but not all of them. Well, on June 22nd, Judge Freeman issued her final ruling.
Denying motion.
And every single claim survived.
Damn.
That is a huge win for content creators and a massive blow to PayPal. So, what happens now? Well, now that the case has survived, there's no reason for the lawyers to delay the discovery process. That means PayPal handing over documents, internal communications, and their employees possibly facing depositions under oath. And given that the defeat device was developed prior to PayPal's acquisition of Honey, it's entirely possible that the original founders, Ryan Hudson and George Ruan, get dragged into this process as well. And honestly, I think they should.
Let's go.
A lot of this started while the company was under their leadership, and I think they need to be held accountable in some way. It's also
Do they have any stake in the company at least?
worth noting that since the defeat device was exposed,
The green cone-shaped candies.
Ryan, who was previously very vocal in trying to defend his former company,
Of
has
course.
now gone completely silent.
Oh, this Ryan guy went completely silent as soon as this guy dropped his latest album.
Pretty telling if you ask me. Now, with that all said, realistically, I think PayPal settles. I doubt PayPal wants their developers sitting in a deposition room explaining the defeat device under oath. And look, don't get me wrong, if a settlement gets content creators their money back, obviously I'm all for that. But a settlement also means that those depositions may never happen. No testimony about whose idea it was to create the system, no one on the record explaining why it existed for 7 years, and the full story of what went on behind closed doors at Honey, well, that potentially stays buried forever. But here's the thing, regardless of whether this case settles or goes to trial, there's something very important that I didn't get into in my last video, and it could make a huge difference for every affiliate who had their commission stolen. You see, from the very first day that Honey deployed the defeat device, they added code that documented every decision it made. So each time the system decided to violate stand-down rules, that decision was logged. Every time it decided to play safe, That too was logged, along with which rule triggered the decision. But more importantly, they also logged the original affiliate link the user clicked on, which often contains the original affiliate ID, and in some cases, even the affiliate's name. Now, assuming PayPal has retained this data, and I think there's a very good chance they have, it means that somewhere on PayPal servers lies a detailed record of every single instance in which this defeat device enabled the theft of someone
Oh, it's candles. I thought you said candy.
else's sale. And I'm fairly certain the lawyers will be demanding access to that data if they haven't already. And if it's as comprehensive as I believe it is, a lot of the stolen commissions could potentially be traced back to the original affiliate it was taken from. But here's a better idea. To the affiliate networks who are most certainly watching this video, if you truly care about protecting content affiliates, don't wait for the courts. Demand that telemetry data from PayPal and make them pay back any commissions that were stolen. It's the right thing to do.
Alright, but we have coordinated closely with industry partners to evolve practices that promote accurate attribution and value for consumers. Honey remains available to advertisers on major affiliate networks including Rakuten, Awin, and Impact. Honey is free to use and continues to provide savings to millions of shoppers in their everyday purchases. Okay, and that's the statement that they gave him. Alright, well, unfortunately I couldn't. Yeah, candles. You were wondering what type of candy is green and cone-shaped. He makes candles on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I see. Alright, well that was the Honey update. Unfortunately, I couldn't speak too much on that, but I did what I could. Next time I'll think twice about what I title the streams. If anyone has any recommendations, Brett recommended looking at jet videos that I've watched a bunch of thousands of times, or hundreds of times rather. He wants me to watch this, but we're gonna watch this one instead because it's very verbose.
Greetings.
Hold on, slow this down.
My fellow brothers in business.
Fellow brothers in business.
I stumbled upon the thought it would be nice of you to disprove the opinion which implies you do not possess the power to construct judicious sequences of words without employing the first letter of the English lexicon.
Thing is, he didn't use the letter A at all in that sentence.
You might prove me wrong, but it looks like you seek the opportunity
To
to
ridicule our intelligence
if the experiment results in us not succeeding to solve the problem you think nobody experienced or thought of, thus to consider yourself superior to others. I regret to inform you
of the sorrowful truth. Forget bursting bubbles. We have sorrowful truths.
Truth. But people genuinely possess the omnipotence.
The omnipotence, I forgot that word was used.
To write or pronounce unlimited number of proper sequences of the corresponding linguistic units, whilst dodging the necessity to use the most common element of the phoneme systems widely used in Europe, side by side with the
Western Hemisphere. Yes, I think technically the most commonly used letter in the English alphabet is the letter E.
Hemisphere.
But you could still do it without the letter A either.
Might God smite thee, for thou spoke vile words.
And that's the verbose way. That's the verbose way of saying "fuck you." Do you like waffles? Is that song, or is it something else? Oh, wait. I think I've seen this. Have I seen this YouTube channel before?
Do you like waffles?
Yeah, we like waffles.
I've seen a bunch of this YouTube video.
Do you like pancakes?
Yeah, we like pancakes.
Do you like French toast?
Yeah, we like French toast.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Yes, I think I've seen this YouTube channel before.
What?
What?
You thought this was made for kids?
No, I didn't. Alright. What else is there? Unfortunately, I don't really have any other videos to look at. I was hoping that more people would show up to the stream and actually give recommendations. But we can try to look through and find some stuff. We could look at the freaky art iceberg, or we could look at an SUV crashing into a Popeyes restaurant.
we have some developing news. Police are currently looking for the person who they say drove their car into a Popeyes
Oh wait, I know what we can look at.
restaurant this morning. Police say that person faces multiple charges.
This woman wanted to fight me over some biscuits. I'm telling you the truth. Me and her ordered at the same time. She heard me say I want the last 4-5 biscuits that's up there. Now, I got a cousin that worked back there in Popeyes as a manager. Who you think gonna get them biscuits? So I go back to my seat. I ain't worried about nothing. She getting mad, talking about, oh, I'm finna show you. I got something for you. And then in my head, I said, hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right. When a black person say they got something
Sim G Productions.
for you, you better not be there when they show you what it is when they get back. So I'm feeling courageous. I ain't scared of nothing. I'm not gonna window to be petty. Doom, 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 doom. Start eating the biscuits like I'm Pac-Man.
What is he even talking about?
Bad idea. I can't do nothing. Dry throat, dry mouth, and I can't warn nobody. She put in the car and park. And drive, and she coming straight, and I sound like I'm an NFL quarterback. Can't nobody understand me. Next thing I know, she busts through the glass, and I'm getting humped by an SUV.
Okay, that's one way to describe it. Alright, let me look for that thing that Jesse recommended. Oh, this is just Sims related content. I've never really seen. Oh, actually. Of course, I'd scroll down a little bit. And yes. And of course, okay. No, I see Kardashians at the grocery store, so we're gonna take a look. Okay. Okay, we're gonna check it. Oh my god, there's so many of them.
Mom, there's literally nothing here to eat.
Yeah, we want salads. I have to go to the grocery store.
The what?
The grocery store. Why would you go somewhere that's gross?
Okay, I see where this is going.
No, a grocery store.
We always used to pronounce it groceries. I don't know why.
It's where you get food.
Ew, Mom, I don't want food that's gross.
No, it's...
Why would a store give out food and not clothes? That makes no sense.
Oh, because the only places that they ever shop are whatever the hell kind of high-end designer bullshit that they buy on a regular basis.
No, you pay for the food and you take it home. Have you girls really never been grocery shopping?
We're talking about the Kardashians, for Christ's sake.
That's it. I'm sending you 3 to get groceries.
20 minutes later.
I don't get it.
I think it's just like shopping for clothes.
You can't try on food, Chloe.
Did I say we were gonna try on the f***ing food?
I don't know the names of any of the Kardashians, and quite frankly, I don't care.
Chris gave us a shopping list.
What's the first thing on it?
Detergent.
Yes, I did.
What the hell is that?
Why is Chris putting fake things on the list?
She's so stupid.
Wait, what is it that they said?
First thing on it.
Detergent.
Oh, detergent.
What the hell is that?
Why is
Well, it's very obvious that they've never washed their own clothes before.
Chris putting fake things on the list?
She's so stupid.
Just so
Wait,
stupid.
do you guys hear that?
Oh, so they've never heard a baby before?
Where the f is that baby?
Okay,
they do know what a baby is.
let's just get salad and get out of here. This place is weird.
Where do we find the salad?
I don't know.
Let's split up. I'll look in the snack section. Kim, you look in the frozen foods. And Chloe, go look everywhere else.
What?
Chloe has to do all the work.
Salad, salad. It's not here. Oh my god, why is it so cold?
Are there any places that sell frozen salads, quote unquote?
Excuse me, ma'am?
Don't talk to me.
Oh, I was just wondering if you wanted a free sample of the new flavor from Cookies, Cookies, Cookies.
Wait, all of this is free?
All of it is free. I see Arm
Why,
and
yes.
Hammer.
I don't have to pay?
Nope.
So everything in the store is free?
Well, not the...
Clean up on aisle 9. Clean up on aisle 9.
Oh, I have to go take care of that.
Oh, and so because he didn't, because he decided not to clarify, is she going to steal everything?
I'm never gonna be able to find the salad.
I know that they do. I know that stores do sell pre-made salads that are just grab and go, but
Finally, now we
okay.
can get out of here.
Oh my god.
15 minutes later.
Hello? Yes, I'll accept the charges. Hey. Courtney? What are you doing in jail? They told me everything was free. Where are your sisters? Chloe's in the hospital, but she's okay.
Has anything like this ever actually happened to the Kardashians before?
Kim?
Alright, that was certainly very charming, to say the least. But now that I think about it, there was this one video that I had saved up. We may as well just look at it now so we don't have to worry about it. You were blonde, you had blonde hair. Oh, you're one of those...
We're sick.
Oh, so you're one of those people that have had their hair change color over time. I do have blonde strands of beard hair, I can tell you that much. Alright, since I don't have anything better to look at besides some of the other stuff that was recommended, what was the last time we took a look at this YouTube or offsite? I don't even remember what it was. I think it was school-related incidents or something. But this one is about 3 idiots versus the worst design fail. And we're going to add on a 4th idiot, otherwise known as me. And I can see we have the first thing. Where is the sink? It's just a flat white countertop, and there's no little drain or anything like that.
Where's the sink?
What do you mean? The sink's right there.
It's right there.
Oh.
Wait, is this a sink or a shower? What are these knobs?
Sink.
How would you shower in that?
Well, why do they have shower knobs on their sink?
How do you shower with something so short?
The 5-inch person trying to shower?
Yes. Who the fuck thought glass bathroom stalls would be a good idea? Oh, hell no.
Who the fuck thought glass?
But it's fancy. This is probably a fancy restaurant. I mean, look at these. What kind of... I've never seen a urinal that looks like that.
Bathroom stalls would be a good idea.
1 out of 10. You know what? 0 out of 10.
I like how you can tell the person behind there noticed someone walking.
Yeah, you could see it right there.
They're like looking through. They can see the guy with the phone. Like, oh no.
Oh my god, what is this? Anyone want to buy the Spider-Man bouncy castle? You got a video? I want offensive words or offensive buildings? Both.
You don't want to go on the Spider-Man bouncy.
Look at this.
Castle?
What the hell is this? He's got a web coming out of...
I think that's what that is.
I'm gonna try to do
You're gonna try to do something with Spider-Man? No.
Spider-Man.
Why is there a lineup?
They all want that Spider-Man B-U-S-S-Y.
What is this for? Why'd they give him a hole?
Please don't ever say it like that.
I don't know what the fuck.
Okay. What? It says 24 seconds.
Fuck I need to hit for...
What are we supposed to... Well, we found the popcorn setting. I don't know what this is. I think that's defrost. That's an extra 30 seconds. Why would you need spin to have its own setting? And then the timer. Spooperman. Yes. People at school knew you were leaving and you received all your pictures. Oh, Lord have mercy. What is... And this... I don't know what these do.
My food, but...
Well, it is called the Genius Prestige.
Genius Prestige Plus. Yes. You have cassettes.
Prestige Plus. Well, only geniuses
Sorry, I heard a bunch of thumping upstairs, and I'm pretty sure it's just my brother.
can really operate this microwave.
How do you work it?
First button is for popcorn.
Yeah, that's obvious.
The second button is for frozen.
Do they have the manual or something?
Pie.
Were they ever able to find it?
Third one is...
That's enter the Spider-Man's cave. This
Third
is...
one's frozen.
No, that's defrost.
So what do you think the second one is?
Pie.
Pie.
Pie? You think there's a whole button on the fucking microwave?
Dedicated to pies.
food.
I'm sure there are microwavable pies that exist, but
For pie? Go check your microwave. Do you think there's a pie button?
there's always a popcorn button, but there's never a pie button.
No,
No,
go
I have
fucking
numbers.
anywhere and ask me. Go, do you have the pie button on your microwave? Go to anybody. Go to anybody and ask them, do you have a fucking pie button on your microwave? You must eat a lot of fucking pie.
I
have a
fucking love
pie button.
Anyone else love pie? I know that Hugh Neutron. Until you don't know how old my brother is.
On your microwave.
After the end this call,
It doesn't matter.
I'm going to go to a store and
Buy a pecan pie, a pecan pie. I'm not much of a pecan fan.
buy myself pecan pie.
Go, put the pie. Go put it in the oven and press the pie button.
The oven pie button?
Okay, so your oven has a pie button, but not your microwave.
The oven
Sag.
doesn't have a pie button.
The oven, okay.
Yeah, the oven doesn't have one. Yeah, for some reason a microwave needs one.
This is like when you're.
Oh. This is like when
you're setting up a house in The Sims.
Oh, we just took a look at a Sims related video.
And you just like misclick when you're placing something.
Why does it seem like the toilet situation in the back room?
The back rooms?
Imagine peeing at the one urinal and then the guy next to you is just staring at you and you're not sure why.
Oh, Lord.
Let's play a game called Poop or Design. What do we think?
Oh, hell no. What the hell is this?
What do we think?
Oh, those are flat
No, okay. I was like,
flowers.
Yeah.
you could easily mistake them for something else. Clearly, they didn't get enough maxi pads.
In the exact spot you want them. Hey guys, I need to
Oh no, what is...
check if someone's taking a shit. I'm gonna just quickly look up.
Oh my god, what the hell?
Let's see.
That's bullshit. No, the translucent bathroom stalls are one thing because at least it's blurry. This is freaking... That's flagrant more than anything. Here, I need to fix this real quick. There.
Oh man, this is a pervert's dream.
Where the hell?
Oh my god, no. Quagmire be like in that one episode of Family Guy.
Hell am I?
Where are we? Oh, and this is... Trying to tell... Okay, that's Japan.
It's supposed to turn, okay? That is not clear at all.
Oh, this is Texas roads.
That's not Texas.
Oh, this is easy Texas roads.
Everyone knows what the red stand... Oh, the colors are swapped.
Everyone knows that red stands for enter and green stands for cancel.
Huh. And I'm glad number 1 is QZ.
Oh.
What?
I see.
Oh, yeah. What?
Oh, wait, I didn't even see.
One usually doesn't have letters on it, doesn't it? Why does my head keep tilting like that?
I thought you were just saying shit.
No.
What are these 3 blank buttons? What's the purpose?
Why set them up if you're not gonna use them?
They're for fun.
They're for funsies.
This ATM is absolutely stealing your PIN number. Do not.
A card skimmer.
Use this ATM.
Hey, you want to go
Oh my god, what is this?
ass to ass with me on the
I mean, I'm already uncomfortable when 2 urinals are next to each other and there's no divider.
urinal?
So you want to hold hands and pee together?
Oh hell no, we took a look at a fuzzy meme like that.
This is like a bonding activity. Oh my gosh.
What is that random tube sticking out of the middle?
That's a different kind of
Oh my god, no, don't be sticking nothing in that thing.
experience.
Oh god. Oh yes. Yes. Yes, peel it off so you can see exactly what's going on. Oh, I didn't know. Well, I
don't need to see this.
It's the fact that his face. He's clearly enjoying the hell out of this. Now imagine if this was the green lady one. Oh my god. The one that they tried to tone down.
Keep back away from young children.
Yeah.
Someone needs to...
It said contains cocoa butter, which I wonder what kind of butter that they'd be cocoaing up. Someone needs to come in. Let me in.
Let me in.
I love good buildings.
Oh, what the hell is the purpose of this door?
Where does the staircase go? Wait a second.
This is a Truman Show bit.
Fuck this door. Look at the staircase. Look how skinny it is. And where the fuck does it go?
It's the stairway to heaven, otherwise known as My Sweet Satan backwards.
To heaven.
Guys, you want to go to the store with me?
Oh no, what are they selling?
I don't know what the fuck it
Stoken Wemington.
It's called. I'm gonna be real.
Stoken Wagon?
It looks like they named it off like a TikTok that's been reposted 800 times.
You can't afford to get a new sign, so you put your sign on top of the old sign.
Oh, so like a palimpsest.
Honestly, this is
Oh my god.
shaped like Nicki Minaj.
How the hell does that look like Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, no one will ever get past my new doorway. You could
Especially when you can't just, like a ladder, I get
totally
it.
not just walk up it like a ladder.
I was going to say just climb over it, but no, climb on it.
You know what's also crazy is you can stick your hand through it and then turn the lock.
You can't just do that too. Yeah, I guess so.
Well, it depends on what how the lock is designed.
I was like, there's an easier way.
Al might be the smartest person in the world.
Who took a slice
What the hell is
to
this?
this table?
The table eater.
It's Pac-Man.
I hope they didn't put it in the microwave. It looks mad.
Well, if they put it in the microwave, I sure hope they use the pie setting.
Oh, they're not gonna let you live that down.
Wow, I would trip down these stairs so,
Oh god, no. This
fast.
and this was in the freaking new Spider-Man movie spoilers. This was in the thumbnail.
New Spider-Man movie spoilers.
If I'm like, hey, I need a Kleenex and you hand me this box, like, I'm good. I'll just use my shirt, actually.
Oh my god. That's no, that's just bad timing. You put a sprinkler next to a freaking power box.
Can you imagine being the electrician that doesn't realize this is a thing and
Oh lord, and of course it opens in the direction of the sprinkler.
bends over to go
Spooperman is back.
fix something? I don't think that's where the soap's.
Oh lord, I feel like this has happened to me at least at some point. It was either a water fountain or it was something similar to this.
Supposed to come from.
Why is it trying to steal his blood? Oh, that's soap.
That's soap.
He put his hand under and the thing came out and like jabbed. Now grabbing blood sample.
Yes.
Shit. Guys, the view from my new apartment, it's spectacular.
Oh no.
It's a single.
That's not a window. What kind of window is this?
So happy you installed window curtains.
Well, you know, I need to have my privacy, right?
It's a single blind with a tiny little window. How the hell are you supposed to roll this up?
Imagine if you're jacking off and someone sees you through the window.
Oh lord.
Pull. Don't know
Yes.
how to do that.
Oh my god. Yes, you have to pull the door. No, I've seen doors that have the handle that look like you're supposed to pull them, but you're actually supposed to push it. I think they have these at the eye doctor place or something. Do I have my own store? Do you sell them to stores? Oh, are you talking to Brett? What the fuck is wrong with this house? No. This house looks like it's trying to be multiple different styles at once. You have this Roman-inspired architecture, then you have this modern architecture, and then you have whatever's going around at the outside.
What's wrong with this house? They're like, okay, we only need 2 pillars for it to be structurally stable, guys.
SpongeBob looking ass house.
That's not a SpongeBob house.
This is a Minecraft house. Look, they put dirt. They ran out of stone.
So they put dirt.
They put dirt in the middle.
They made me eat dirt.
This is just a Minecraft house.
Oh, finally a mug.
Finally a mug that people can stab their.
Oh, damn. Well, you probably shouldn't even be drinking it that way. You should probably be drinking it from the face anyway.
Eyes out with.
But why don't you just drink it the other way?
Shut up!
How would that be any better?
Stab your chin.
No, because you just... I don't know.
This one's for all the people who love to look at themselves poop.
What the... Oh, I get
I hate
it.
looking at my poop face. That's kind of crazy.
They make them out of whale fat and horsehair.
Imagine
really.
you're like.
What were we talking about again? Wooden toys and candles. I see. Don't we make string bows with horsehair, like for violins and violas and cellos and basses?
Mid constipated poop, and you like look up and you just like.
Well, you could just move the mirror unless it's screwed into the wall.
Catch like a glimpse of God in the mirror. You're like, holy fuck.
The Archangel Gabriel is descending upon you while you're on the toilet.
Oh, this is a bike lane.
Oh, this is a bike lane?
Where you have to do a sick trick to get through it.
You could just ride around it.
Like, yeah.
My dumb ass would like zone out. I'd be looking down the street.
And then...
Oh, look a dog. Boom.
That's why you pay attention to the road or the street. Whales and horses are renewable. Okay, well, I'm not getting into that discussion.
No, it's the start and the end.
Imagine you get up after wiping out on the first one just to immediately wipe out on the second one. I found the perfect slide for the three of us.
Oh, and let me... Oh, I figured... Wait, I think I've seen this before.
Oh my god. You can hold hands.
You can all...
I don't think that's the idea. I think you're supposed to just choose which one you want to go down.
Hands when we go down, or...
Oh, oh fuck.
Child.
This is an album cover.
Wait, oh no.
Wait, look at the child.
Oh god.
Oh man.
What kind of question is that, Brett? Where did that come from?
I feel like this was
I mean, it can be a symptom of cancer. Yes.
supposed to be an...
I feel like this is supposed to be an accessibility corner. Oh, wait, is it supposed to be a ramp?
accessibility corner, but then they forgot to put the ramp.
No, why the hell would they make this in the first place? This side and that side are clearly level with each other. What's the point of putting a staircase here?
We'll just put more stairs.
This is an anti-accessibility corner.
This is a completely unnecessary design.
The wheelchairs.
Speaking of stairs.
Oh god, you can't even tell. You have to look at the wall.
Oh, I didn't even see him. Lawsuit.
How was so quick with that? You know how's American, because it took him 0.2 seconds to go lawsuit.
Okay, I need to make money somehow.
Surprise.
Surprise plush inside, and we know exactly what's on the inside.
Plush toy.
I wonder what I'm gonna get.
Oh, I hope I don't get a fucking stupid little bear.
I don't remember.
Wait, oh, I get it. It's supposed to be, yeah, you could probably tell just by looking at it.
This Avengers movie, I'm gonna be honest, I think I missed one.
Yeah, 2 sets of teeth the whole time.
When you don't want the mobs to spawn.
My dumb ass would go to step over the first one and
Oh lord.
think I'm putting my foot down and
then you just step on the other one.
step on the second stair and just trip fully forward. Like I would just
That's what the railing's for.
Yeah, dumbass.
smack my head against the railing.
Honestly, with how much I trip, no, I would find a way to kill myself on these stairs. Yeah.
It's the slide again.
Slide again.
Jane, that's 3 bananas.
Yeah, the slide.
Individually wrapped bananas, huh?
Those 3 bananas. I already looked at this.
Jane, that's 3 bananas. It's not a slide.
I don't have 2 sets. No, no, that Hulk thing had 2 sets of teeth.
One of us is high in this video. Can you tell which one?
I can't tell, honestly. Binge it all in one go. Being bussy is a happy thing, and this tweet has been deleted. Show us your most memorable edges. Oh, Lord of mercy, I am not answering that for you, because I wouldn't know how to answer that. Okay, well, we got through that. What was the thing that you recommended, Jack? You said either offensive words or offensive buildings or something like that. Otherwise, there are these other things that we could take a look at real quick, but I don't exactly know. But I can... Yeah, you got with that pairs well with this one. Alright, go ahead and share with me. Brett, you should talk to a doctor about that if you're that concerned. Constipate... I don't know. Well, wait. Urban hell, but it gets worse. Okay. Oh, wait. But it gets worse. I can't find one that says it gets worse, unless it's this top video in particular. Unless, of course, it's an A/B testing title that only shows up in the algorithm at random. But I do see World Spire here. I'm assuming it's World Spire. Not World Spire. Oh, found it. Alright, thank you, Jack. Urban Hell, but it gets worse. I think I feel like I've seen that before. Alright, we'll take a look at this. Since this is 36 minutes long, after we're done with it, then we'll get to the meme review.
A city inside one building, a hill swallowed by houses. These places feel less like cities and more like human storage. Today we're looking at 25 examples of urban hell on Earth, starting with...
But they get progressively... Damn, look at this.
Number 1. Jealousy.
Jealousy Haiti. No, this looks like something that you'd find in an RPG.
Guys, I swear this is not AI. It's just jealousy. A hillside neighborhood above Port-au-Prince, the capital city of Haiti.
And how was this affected by all the natural disasters that they've ever come into contact with?
At first glance, it might look like a scene from WALL-E, or even in TV Static, until your brain catches
Oh, it looks it, yeah.
and realizes every little pixel is somebody's house. And it's not like some of these homes are empty either. In fact, it's the complete opposite. Every inch of this place seems inhabited. How do property rights even work in a place like that? I mean,
I don't know. How many businesses are able to exist there?
You just walk up the hill and build one on the edge. The really terrible part is that just above it, there's a small forested area with much wealthier homes, swimming pools.
Oh, I get it. Oh, that's almost like a if they can get a wall surrounding this, cutting it off from the richer parts, then they'd basically have bossing say.
Tennis courts and big villas. So apparently, the wealthy are still on top, literally. If you're wondering how you even get to your house in this place, well, that's not...
You just gotta find it.
So simple either. There are streets, but not between every shack, so in many areas, you have to move through stairways, narrow gaps, and tiny passages between homes, turning the whole neighborhood into a real-life maze. And there are no proper public sewer or water hookups in many parts. Just imagine carrying your day's water all the way up that hill. Back in 2013, the Haitian government launched a project called Beauty versus Poverty.
And did this actually do anything to improve the people's lives, or is this nothing more than a vanity project?
Painted about 1,000 houses in bright pinks, blues, greens, and yellows. It cost around $1.4 million.
1.4 million that could have gone to actually helping the people instead of making everything look pretty.
Which is why a lot of people looked at it and thought maybe water and sanitation would have been a better place to start.
You would think.
It suggests the population may exceed 80,000 people, many of whom arrived after the 2010 earthquake, when large numbers of displaced people had to find somewhere to live.
Yeah.
Instead of living on a tropical island that should feel like paradise, this is their home. And in a place with little proper drainage or sewer infrastructure, when it rains, everything goes one way, downhill. A serious mudslide could probably destroy huge parts of the neighborhood in almost an instant. If a natural disaster were to hit Haiti, I hope it stops and says, wait, no, they've seen enough.
Well, how long ago was that one major earthquake?
Number 2, 30,000 people in one building.
In one building? I know that there's like something similar to this in China, unless this is that one.
This building gotta be a nightmare for the pizza delivery guy.
Oh no, China. Oh, it is the one that's in China.
I mean, the app would say the estimated time to arrival is 20 minutes, but I feel like you would still need 20 minutes just to find and get to the apartment. And think about the mailman. Can you imagine being excited having only one more building to deliver mail to?
Only to find out that it's got 30,000 people.
You realize it's this building. If everyone has a letter, the mailman would need like 2 days to deliver them all. On a serious note, they probably have pretty advanced delivery systems inside, like lockers downstairs with QR codes.
There's probably, this building probably has its own postal service anyway.
Maybe even delivery robots. And odds are even the pizza business is inside the building.
Yeah.
And that's because nearly 30,000 people live inside this single structure. That's the population of a small town, just compressed into one building. At this point, I think it should classify itself as its own city.
Probably
On
is.
the outside, it looks like a beehive or an ant colony for humans. This is Regent.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that it would house that many people, but...
International in Hangzhou, originally designed as a luxury hotel before being housing. It looks like one continuous wall of balconies. Repeat.
But is it still quote-unquote luxury, though?
With floor after floor, until your eyes just give up trying to count them. And you can kind of see the scale in the little details, like hanging laundry and tiny signs of thousands of separate lives packed together. It almost feels like a modern-day version of Kowloon Walled City.
That one, yes. This was the one that I was thinking of.
Except this one is actually legal. The building curves in a huge S shape, like it's trying to wrap around itself just to fit even more people inside. It rises around 200 meters with nearly 40 floors, but the real scale here is not the height, it's the density. Inside, it's It's built to function like its own ecosystem. There are shops, food courts, salons, and even small supermarkets. So
yeah, people still actually live here. That does seem... It seems convenient, but there's probably a cost to it.
Don't really need to leave that often. You could wake up, eat, work, shop, and go back to sleep without ever touching the outside world.
Yeah.
Some people like that convenience. I just want to know what the water pressure is like in shower time. Number 3, the world's largest fishing.
The world's largest fishing festival.
This is what happens when 50,000 people all decide to fish in the same place at the same time.
How would they want to do that, though?
Every year in Argungu, Nigeria, this stretch of the Matafadan River turns into one of the most crowded fishing events on Earth. At the starting signal, thousands of fishermen jump in simultaneously, packing the water shoulder to shoulder.
There must be a lot of fish that come by during this time if they have to have a whole festival about it.
Everyone uses simple tools like hand nets, wooden traps, or just their arms, but space is the real limitation.
I mean, look at... I mean, I can see why the water is very murky.
Because the river itself is only about 50 meters wide. You are not just competing with fish, you are competing with the person literally touching your shoulder. There is constant splashing, bumping, and repositioning, like a crowd trying to exit a stadium but underwater. Their goal is to catch the biggest fish, sometimes weighing up to 75 kilograms. But even finding one feels like luck, because visibility is low, movement is restricted, and every spot is already occupied. Around the riverbanks, thousands more people gather to spectate, so the pressure builds both in and out of the water. Number 4, we have Paris at home.
Okay.
You ask your mom to take you to Paris, and she says, we have Paris at home. But Paris at home looks like this. In the hills of Tegucigalpa,
of course,
someone built a full steel Eiffel Tower replica directly over a road as the entrance to a gated community.
Oh, I see. So all of the... So this is an exclusive... So the purpose of this Eiffel Tower at home is to show that, yeah, we are the ones that are above you.
Not beside the road, not in a plaza, but literally over it. From a distance, the silhouette is convincing enough that your brain almost buys it for half a second. Then you notice the power lines slicing across the sky, the concrete walls, and the random pile of blocks that make you feel less like Paris. It is the kind of place where someone can proudly say, I have been to the Eiffel Tower, and technically not be lying. In fact, you do not just visit it.
Do they call it the Eiffel Tower here?
You through it. Because behind it is just a regular residential development trying to look expensive.
Yeah.
But to be fair, they did commit.
I bet it's not even that expensive. Or maybe it is expensive. I don't know the economics of... Where was this again?
The structure is detailed enough that you can see the lattice work and even stairs going up inside. And if you were wondering, according to Wikipedia, there are over 50 Eiffel Tower replicas around the world.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, this one. I was going to bring this one up that exists in Japan.
A whole mini Paris in Tennessee, China, and even a town in Texas named Paris.
Heh.
An Eiffel Tower replica where...
Let's go.
But what about the city that is literally called the Paris of South America? At number 5, we've got Villa 31.
This isn't South America.
This might literally be the highway to hell. This is Villa 31 in Buenos Aires.
Don't you mean Villa 31?
Where parts of the neighborhood sit right next to a highway, so cars are basically driving just a few meters away from somebody's window or balcony.
Oh, imagine. I mean, it's one thing to live near train tracks, and then you hear the train coming by in the middle of the night while you're trying to sleep.
The air is still bueno. A massive elevated road cuts straight through on top of buildings. Underneath it, thousands of small brick houses stacked together in every direction.
Damn. Even, like, directly underneath the highway.
Like the place just kept growing without ever stopping to plant. Imagine living next to that road. The noise alone would be bad enough, but then think of the smoke.
Yeah,
dust,
all of that.
Right outside your house. The weird part is that this neighborhood is not out on the edge of the city, but right next to some of the richest, most expensive, and most polished parts of Buenos Aires. Some of these homes are so close to the road that your bathroom window is basically at eye level with passing traffic.
Oh,
Imagine
Lord.
brushing your teeth while a bus driver makes eye contact with you at 60 kilometers per hour.
Okay, hey, honey. I noticed you brushing your teeth. You want to go for a ride?
There are wires hanging everywhere, rooftops turned into extra rooms, and streets that feel more like gaps between buildings. But what really stands out is how normal this becomes in a city where extreme wealth and poverty can exist on the same block without ever really mixing. A few streets away, you get wide boulevards, trees, and elegant buildings. Then you turn a corner and end up here. It is messy, loud, and uncomfortable to look at, but also weirdly functional in a way that makes you realize people will adapt to almost anything.
Is that one guy? What's his name? Something Milano or something like that? Millet, whatever, that self-proclaimed anarcho-capitalist. Is he still in charge of the country? I wonder how he feels about all of this.
Number 6, Indian stray cattle. Okay guys, seriously, whose car is this? This is what happens when a country ends up with millions of animals that technically belong everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Many Indians traditionally consider cows to be sacred animals.
Right, I was going to bring that up, and that's probably why they're everywhere.
A number of them end up living like this anyway. India had over 5 million stray cattle recorded in the 2019 livestock census. A big reason is that cow slaughter is banned or heavily restricted in many states.
Right.
So once a cow stops producing milk, it turns from an asset into a cost. Farmers who can't afford to keep them often have no real exit option, so the cows get released. They wander into streets, railway lines, construction sites, and eventually into cities, where they adapt in the worst possible way. It's Instead of grass, their diet becomes garbage, plastic bags, or any food scraps they can find in open dumps. New Delhi faces a significant issue with over 40,000 stray cattle causing traffic accidents and public safety concerns. Cows standing in the middle of roads, sleeping beside shops, or digging through piles of trash while traffic squeezes around them. It looks chaotic, but it's also...
And you know Prime Minister Modi isn't gonna want to do anything about it.
So normalized, like the city just decided this is fine now. Number 7, world's widest highway.
Oh, I know about this one, and it's basically worthless. It had the exact... I don't even remember what this was made in the context of, but...
Egypt's Great Pyramids. Have you seen the Great Highway?
Yes, this, and very, very, very few people actually drive on it.
This is what happens when someone says, just one more lane, bro. I promise this time it will work. Well, there's almost no traffic here, so I guess it worked this time. Maybe a little too well, because I can only see about 2 cars using it across 32 whole lanes. It looks like they added all these lanes just in case a traffic jam decides to happen one day.
One day. Did you see what New Cairo City?
Cairo, and it leads toward Egypt.
Oh, that's right. Are they still trying to make this new capital?
Egypt's biggest ghost city, the new administrative capital, and the
Yes.
Sea Coast, built to
Are they still trying to make it?
bypass the city's infamous traffic. At its widest point, the highway stretches to around 32 lanes, split into 2 massive rivers of asphalt with a thin strip of sand in the middle. This probably makes it the world's widest highway, which is ridiculous when you consider that Egypt only has 1 vehicle for every 11 people. But it becomes
The irony, huh?
more ridiculous when you remember that lane lines in Egypt are often treated more like suggestions than rules.
You could say that about other countries as well. I think Japan is sort of like that.
Anyone who has been to Egypt knows that 32 lanes probably means at least 50 cars side by side. But this super wide section only runs for a few kilometers, and then it narrows down to 4 lanes again. So at some point, all that traffic still has to squeeze back together.
Right. Less waste, less harm. Yet we're still we're gonna go back to square one rather quickly.
This beast used 1 million cubic meters of concrete and 290,000 tons of steel, and was built in a record 4 years. From above, the lane markings repeat endlessly, like a giant barcode stamped across the desert. And somehow, there are barely any cars on it. And this is in the middle of a desert, so the heat coming off all that asphalt must be...
Oh god, yeah, the blackness of the asphalt absorbing all the heat.
Absolutely brutal. Up close, the scale feels ridiculous, especially where it widens into huge cloverleaf loops that look more like racetracks than exits. It would probably take you a solid minute or 2 just to walk from one side to the other. That is, if you are insane enough to try. Number 8.
And the thing is, once again, they spend all this money on that stuff, wasting all this money on a new capital when it could be going towards actually enriching your country.
Village on top of rooftops.
Oh, do I know about this one?
This is Sar Aga Sayed, a remote village with almost 2,000 people in western Iran. There are no streets, just rooftops layered into each other. The roof of one house is the walkway for the house above it, so every time you step outside,
you're stepping on someone's roof.
Literally walking on someone else's home. Noise travels easily, and daily life basically happens right on top of it. There are no railings, and most paths are just packed earth with sudden drops. So one wrong step and, yeah, let's not think about that. Getting anywhere means climbing up or down.
Wait, have I seen this before? There was this one little documentary or travel vlog of someone going all across Iran, and I remember them visiting the part that's Azeri.
Sometimes several.
Maybe I've seen this. Maybe he showed this off, or maybe I'm thinking of something else.
So levels just to visit a neighborhood. That's a full workout at this point. Everything, including food, supplies, and building materials, has to be carried by hand. The homes are built from mud, stone, and wood, which need constant maintenance, especially with rain and erosion. It looks beautiful and almost unreal from a distance, like something out of a fantasy movie. But living here means adapting to a place where the ground isn't really ground. Number 9, Chongqing rooftop gas station.
Oh, wait. They have a gas station on a rooftop?
Now this is something you don't see every day.
I mean, it seems pretty cool. It even goes down to the bottom. And is that a parking garage, basically?
Gas stations refuse to stay on the ground. This building has a full service station on its roof, sitting several stories above the street. At first glance, it looks absurd until you notice the terrain. Then it kind of makes sense. That is because Chongqing is built on steep hills and river valleys.
Alright, I get it.
Questionable concept. You can barely see it from this angle.
Oh, I see the hill.
There's a road behind the building that actually lines up perfectly with the
Ah, that's actually pretty creative.
rooftop, so cars can just drive normally onto the top of the building. But
And you wouldn't know otherwise until you looked overhead.
them, it just looks like another gas station. People joke about trains going through buildings in Chongqing. I guess that is not even the weirdest part anymore. Down below, the same structure functions as apartments, parking, and street-level retail. It looks chaotic, but it is actually a very deliberate response to limited flat land and a population of over 30 million. There is something impressive about how efficiently it uses space, even if it feels slightly cursed to look at. Number 10, world's most crowded beach.
Wait, do I know about this or not?
This is what happens when everyone
And where is this?
wants to get a tan at the same time in Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, of course it's Rio, of all places.
It's also the hardest Where's Waldo ever. Oh, there he is. It really just looks like ants from far away. This is Copacabana in Rio de Janeiro, but
Copacabana,
on
huh?
a normal day, this is what happens when a massive event pulls in millions at once. This one happened on the morning of
I feel like that this would happen all the time.
the closing ceremonies of Pope Francis's visit to Rio.
Oh, of course. So why does the Pope have to come by right now? Hogging up everyone coming from who knows where and hogging up the beach.
And because Brazil is the world's largest Catholic country on the globe with around 140 million Catholics, it's no surprise that there were approximately 3 million people in attendance for the final mass of his visit, which was held at Copacabana Beach.
Yep.
There's barely any separation between people, and the speaker towers and tents rise in between them like islands. Movement becomes its own challenge, because walking in a straight line is no longer an option. The closer you get to the water, instead of empty space, there's still thousands of people with the same idea as you. But still, it seems like no one wants to go in the water. Well,
the irony, huh?
That's partly because of strong rip currents, but
oh, I see.
also because leaving your spot feels risky. What's supposed to be an open, relaxing space turns into something closer to a packed stadium with no seats.
The question is, how often does this happen?
Number 11, the Great British Fence Maze.
Great British Fence Maze.
You're looking at an average modern UK new build estate, where every square meter is carefully monetized and almost nothing is left to breathe. Each house sits on a narrow plot, and instead of open space, you get a maze of identical wooden fences boxing everyone into near identical rectangles.
Damn.
From this angle, the gardens stop feeling like gardens and start looking like livestock pens. But there's something missing. Where are all the trees? I think even Mary is praying for them. Honestly, if this place had trees, it would instantly...
It would probably look a little more lively and actually worth something.
10 times better. But instead, you get tiny fenced gardens that are often just a few meters deep.
And it looks like that it's hardly getting any sunlight.
Barely enough for a shed, a patch of grass, and maybe a plastic chair if you're feeling ambitious. And yet homes like this can easily sell for 400 to 500,000 pounds, especially if they're within commuting distance of a big city like London. There's a strange contradiction here. You technically own outdoor space, but it's so enclosed and overlooked that privacy becomes more theoretical than real. At this point, would it not have been better to remove all the fences and just create one large shared park area?
That would actually be pretty cool, though. I know with the, not around where I live, they have there's all these apartment buildings that have these little walk-through parks and stuff.
Since everyone can see into each other's gardens anyway.
Whoops.
Repetition is what really hits. And because these estates are often built quickly, you might have hundreds of homes finished before there's even a shop, a school, or like I said before, a tree in sight. Number 12, photogenic urban hell. I think the best way to describe it
is that all smog.
This place would be photogenic urban hell, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Oh, Vladivostok.
At first glance, it looks almost heavenly, with tall buildings barely poking through a beautiful layer of fog. But that's just one angle. If you turn around or zoom out a little,
oh yeah,
the feeling can quickly change. This is Vladivostok, a port city in eastern Russia, and like a
I know where this is.
Densely built cities, it can look
I was about to say Chelyabinsk too, but
amazing in photos while feeling much messier in real life. The spacing between buildings can be tight, the layout can feel random, and the infrastructure does not always seem to match the density. You can have a modern-looking high-rise in one spot,
and then you have commie blocks on the other.
Right next to it, there might be older, worn-down buildings or rough streets. That contrast is what makes places like this so confusing to judge. So maybe urban hell is not always about the buildings themselves, but about the images that bring out the worst in them. A place can look terrible if you photograph it on a gloomy winter day.
Yeah, it's just subliminal messaging is just advertising with different music.
No sunlight, everything gray, and that classic post-Soviet depression filter.
Yep.
Then the exact same place can look completely different in summer, with green trees, blue sky, and warm light. Or like here, where a nice layer of fog just politely hides half the city.
I thought it was, and I was thinking that it was smog.
Number 13, copy-paste neighborhood. Even City Skylines has more variety in its buildings than this neighborhood.
Anyone play that game?
This is a real gated community on the outskirts of Phnom Penh in Cambodia. And to be fair, the houses don't actually look bad on their own.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely look like you just took something and copied and pasted it.
Individually, they're pretty nice, but copy-pasting them like that ruins it.
Yeah.
Every single house is basically the same. These are called Bore developments.
Bore
They've been spreading
developments.
rapidly across Cambodia over the last 15 to 20 years. They're built and sold quickly, mostly aimed at the growing middle and upper class. Some of these projects hold thousands of homes, all packed into tight grids with private security and controlled entrances. So from a developer's perspective, it probably looks very efficient. From above though, there's barely any variation, barely any street life, and almost no real sense of place. I think most people would rather have more land and a smaller house than just a giant house pressed right up against 400 identical giant houses. Just outside these gates.
At least when it comes to like American suburbs, all the houses look different.
Phnom Penh is chaotic and crowded, with huge gaps between rich and poor. So neighborhoods like this become a kind of bubble and completely disconnected from the rest of the city. Number 14, buildings in the middle of beach.
Really? And you're not worried about like tides and shit?
Guys, this is not City Skylines, where someone accidentally dragged a bunch of buildings onto the beach. This is Guarujá, a coastal city in Brazil near Sao Paulo. The strange part is how
I don't think it would be pronounced Guarujá. I'm pretty sure it would be Guarujá.
How dense it is in that one spot, with a wall of tall towers.
Or maybe Ja, I don't know.
Sitting right on the water, and the beach awkwardly bending around them. Everything is squeezed onto this tiny piece of coastline, and somehow, all of it depends on one narrow coastal road. No grid or backup routes, just a single road trying to serve all those buildings at once. And since this spot sits between two of the city's busiest beaches, it seems like the whole area is fighting for space. Number 15, Jakarta, Indonesia.
Oh, Jakarta. I know, I remember watching, I think it was a real-life lore video about Jakarta and how it's basically... I don't remember if they described it as sinking. I might be confusing it from Mexico City, but I do know that they're trying to make a new capital that's more efficient, I guess. It's one of the reasons why Jakarta is quote-unquote sinking is because so many people want to move there.
With Jakarta becoming one of the world's largest urban areas, with roughly 42 million people in the metro area, the title definitely comes with consequences. People say a short trip in Jakarta can eat half your day, because you're not just crossing one city, you are fighting an entire mega region. That's great patriotic spirit though. I mean, even on the highway, they are creating their national flag. I just hope police people are not offended.
Oh no.
And this is not some special event either, like Ramadan, when traffic often builds up outside the city as people leave for their hometowns. Nope. This is just average Jakarta traffic.
That's just how it is.
At rush hour, the average speed is about 17.8 kilometers per hour, so in some parts of the city, running is starting to look competitive. And even that does not tell the full story, because Jakarta traffic is not just cars. It is buses, scooters, motorbikes, delivery riders, and whole rivers of people all trying to squeeze through the same limited space at once. Then there is the air, which on bad days gives the city that lovely apocalyptic filter.
Oh wait, didn't we see that? Wasn't this because of that one? We saw that one video a long time ago about the people. Jack recommended that one. I don't even. It was like the largest trash dump or something like that. Wasn't it around here? And it messes up Jakarta's air and shit.
Nobody actually asked for. Jakarta had an average PM 2.5 level of 41.7 micrograms per cubic meter in 2024, more than 8 times the WHO annual guideline. Oh, and by the way, Jakarta is also sinking, which really
Yes, I was right. It was the city that was sinking.
feels like unnecessary extra drama for a city that already had
Because so many people are moving there from other parts of the country.
stuff going on. I guess that's why the roads are elevated. Parts of northern Jakarta have sunk by up to 4 meters over the past few decades, and in some areas the ground is still dropping at speeds of up to 25 centimeters
It's another tried to come up with it. It's no, now they're trying to make a new capital.
per year. This also makes it the world's fastest sinking city. Almost half of Jakarta now sits below sea level, especially in the north, where the ocean is basically waiting for its moment. The city floods constantly, not just from rain, but from tides, rivers, and water that literally has nowhere left to go. Some projections say that by 2050, about 95% of North Jakarta could be submerged if nothing changes. Many people joke by saying it's sinking because of overpopulation, but the main reason is groundwater extraction.
I guess that too.
Pump water from
Illegal wells, huh?
underground, because the pipe supply only meets around 40% of demand. You can actually
I get it.
see it happening in real time, with tilted buildings, cracked walls, and streets that rise and fall like soft waves. Some places have been raised and rebuilt multiple times just to stay usable, as if the city was trying its hardest not to give up. There is even a massive seawall project meant to hold the ocean back, but experts say it might just buy time rather than solve the problem.
I wonder how so they're trying to pull off a Netherlands, huh?
So when people say the city is drowning in traffic, it's true, but also literally. The inequality is real too, with Jakarta having the highest provincial inequality in Indonesia in 2025. But some aerial photos can be misleading, because those dense grey kampung neighborhoods in central Jakarta are not always poor at all, and can sit on extremely valuable land. That said, the contrast is still brutal. Number 16. Houses with blocked sea view. Once upon a time, these apartments had a sea view. Now they are staring.
But now not
straight
anymore.
into a wall of
That's
concrete.
unfortunate.
Can you imagine buying a place here a few years ago because of the beautiful beach view, and then this happens? This is Ataköy on Istanbul's Marmara coast in the Bakırköy
Istanbul.
district. It used to be known for its planned layout, open shoreline, greenery, and mid-rise housing by the water. Then the waterfront changed. New projects moved in and basically took over the seafront with private luxury blocks and high-rise development.
And now they get the sea view.
The old red roof buildings in front were never detached beach houses or anything like that. They were already apartment blocks, but they had light, air, and a much more open view toward the sea. That is what makes this so brutal. You buy into a calm coastal neighborhood, and a few years later your horizon gets replaced by giant towers. And of course, once those buildings go,
And are these new towers even more luxury than they were before?
the apartments behind them lose their view too, and then the ones behind those. It's an endless loop. So the lesson is to never buy a place because of the view, unless it sits in front of protected land. Or even better, if that view is on your property. The funny part is that the developers will still sell this as premium seaside living. Well, they are not wrong exactly. They just changed who gets the seaside part. To be fair though, more people technically get an ocean view now, so maybe that's a net positive. And for the people in the old apartments, well, at least they now have a barrier for an initial hit of a tsunami. Number 17. World's biggest tire graveyard.
Oh no.
Look at this huge tire graveyard. I get tired just looking at it. It looks less like a dump and more like Kuwait accidentally grew a second black desert.
Looks like an oil field gone wrong.
Miles and miles. The ground is
And these are all just tires?
tires, piled so densely that you can barely see the sand underneath.
Where do these tires even come from?
At first, your brain tries to read it as rocks or shadows, then you realize it is just millions of old tires. I'm honestly more impressed by how this guy's clothes are still white. A tire is one of those things nobody thinks about until it needs replacing. Then suddenly, you have a problem that does not rot, does not disappear.
I mean, it is rubber, right? Rubber's a type of plastic, right?
And definitely does not look good in bulk. And here, the bulk became the entire landscape. But can you imagine a fire in there? Well.
Oh god. It's like you see, a woman on her period is like a tire fire. You can't, trying to put it out only makes it work. You just gotta sit back and watch it burn.
Turns out the site suffered from multiple severe blazes, and the high desert temperatures didn't help whatsoever. As of August 2021, Kuwait hauled away all 42 million tires to a recycling plant and is now building a brand new smart city on the newly cleared land.
Okay.
So hey.
Well, at least they actually did something about it, damn.
Maybe there's hope after all. But still, don't forget to recycle, guys. Number 18, Maldives isolated neighborhood.
Oh.
This is Kandalhuru, a ghost island in the Maldives. From above, it looks less like a town and more like someone placed concrete boxes on a dinner plate and pushed it into the sea. This tiny island once held around 3,700 people, packed onto a strip of coral sand barely above the water. Then the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami arrived and
and so everyone had to leave.
Made the island's biggest design flaw very obvious. The wave tore through homes and left Kandalhuru too damaged to keep living on. Its residents were eventually moved to Duvafaru, a newly developed so-called safer island.
So-called safer, and we don't actually know if it's safe.
The country has about 1,200 islands, 80% of which are less than 1 meter above sea level, which is not a lot of wiggle room when the planet starts warming up.
Yeah.
So sea view here is not meant as a luxury, but more like a warning. They are already testing adaptation with raised artificial land like Huhumale, built higher than many natural islands. Number 19, Tampere, Finland. This is what happens when you keep fixing the same intersection for 60 years.
Oh my god, trying to fix what was broken only to find out that you kept on breaking it.
Tampere, Finland proves that confusing road design is not just an American hobby. This junction started as a normal roundabout until they added just one more lane.
Oh my god, so they just keep going and going and going.
And just one more connection road.
Just one more. Maybe one more will fix it.
That is what it currently looks like. Good luck giving someone directions here. From above, it looks like 5 different road ideas were forced to share the same space. Locals still say it is not actually that terrible to drive through.
It's not that bad.
Apparently the signage is good, the lanes are clearer than they used to be, and on the ground it works better than the aerial view suggests. This is also one of the main southern entrances into the city, so it is not some random backstreet mistake. Instead of rebuilding it from scratch.
No, and considering this is Finland with all the snow,
they just kept.
If you're not careful, you'll run off the road.
Adding solutions as new problems.
Unless, of course, they design everything so that it takes snow into consideration.
Number 20, house inside shopping mall.
Oh, wait. Do I know about this or not?
This is what happens when you try to preserve history, but want a new shopping mall even more. But the story is not as simple as that.
But it's just still the... Wait, so they turned it into a coffee shop?
Some people online say this house in Kaunas, Lithuania was built in 1914, although the exact date is a little hard to verify. Over the decades, the surroundings changed completely, especially after industrial use, when the whole thing was a factory block. When the Acropolis shopping mall was built in the early 2000s, it also brought back people and business. Most of the old structures were cleared, but this one house was left standing.
This one house?
Instead of demolishing it, developers built the entire mall around it. Now it sits indoors, under a glass roof, surrounded by escalators, food courts, and retail stores. It is no longer a home and is now used as a spa center and cafe.
Oh, it's okay.
The original context is gone, the street is gone, and even the sky above it has been swapped for a ceiling. There are actually a few more old facades inside the mall. Honestly, I think it's pretty interesting, and much better than demolishing it for an empty lot.
Yeah.
Number 21, Sunshine City, China.
Oh, how many of these exist in China? Just honestly.
Like there's not a lot of sunshine in Sunshine City. This apartment complex in Jiang, Guangdong, has residential blocks so close together that the gaps between them are reportedly around 8 to 13 meters wide. From above, it looks less like housing and more like 4 giant ram sticks plugged into the earth.
I wonder how much those would cost.
Are long, flat, and parallel, so lower floor apartments mostly get a view of another wall and maybe someone else's laundry if they're lucky. If 2 neighbors open their windows at the same time, they are basically forced into conversation. In China, buildings this close are often nicknamed handshake buildings.
Handshake buildings.
Because people can almost reach across and shake hands from opposite windows. Here, the distance is wider than that, but it doesn't feel so private as well. The lower floors, especially in the middle buildings, must be super depressing, because they are probably stuck in complete darkness.
Aww.
What makes it more interesting is that this kind of layout is usually not even allowed under normal building codes, which often require minimum sunlight hours for homes. One workaround people point out is that all the towers share a single ground level structure, so technically it can be treated as one giant building instead of several.
Okay, I get it.
Situations like this often...
So they're just barely skirting by the rules.
...happen in so-called urban villages, where local landowners develop land themselves and push density as far as possible to maximize rent. The upside is that units here can be pretty cheap, sometimes serving as a first home for young workers just starting out. The downside is obvious the moment you look up and realize your sky is a narrow strip framed by concrete on both sides. It is efficient and crowded, so I guess it's good for building neighborly relations during community window-to-window laundry hanging. And somewhere deep in the middle, one apartment is probably advertised with partial sky view, meaning a blue rectangle visible for a few minutes a day. I just hope it's protected against earthquakes, because otherwise, one strong shake and the whole place could go down like dominoes.
Yeah.
Number 22. Chen.
Oh my god, what is this?
Chen Overpass. Sometimes I truly wonder if China gets help from aliens. You can criticize the Chinese regime, but you can't ignore its growth. The Tianquan Overpass in Guiyang stacks highways on top of highways until the whole thing feels like a 3D maze.
I can't even tell where anything goes and comes.
At its
or
tallest
comes and goes.
There's about a 55-meter height difference, which is basically a 15-story building made entirely out of traffic lanes. From above, it looks like someone tried to solve congestion by adding more ramps over and over again. Imagine having to sit down and draw a plan for this.
Oh lord.
Mind boggles.
No, taking pre-existing plans and drawing over that.
It's not random though, even if it feels like it. This is a multi-level interchange designed to connect several major roads at once. Guiyang is very mountainous, so instead of spreading out, the roads climb, loop, and stack to fit the terrain. Engineers have to account for elevation, angles, traffic, and structural load all at the same time. And if you miss one exit, you can't just simply turn around, so drivers rely heavily on GPS and signage. Number 23, a social housing program.
This looks...
I know you probably imagine the first colony on Mars as some sleek dome sci-fi city, but I think it should look more like this. To be honest, this looks...
Where the hell even is this?
More like a bad Photoshop or some low graphics video game without proper shadow rendering than a real image. This is Partistown,
okay.
east of Tehran.
I figured that it was somewhere in the Middle East.
It looks like someone tried to build a city before remembering cities also need the life part. It's just so empty.
This just looks... yeah.
Dry. Huge rows of gray apartment.
It's very... No, this actually reminds me of this one neighborhood that's not too far from where I live that... Let's just say it's very out of place in terms of what it looks like.
Blocks rise out of the barren hills, repeating again and again across the landscape. From a distance, it looks more like a low-budget game map where the background building...
No, that's what it looks like.
...became the main level. The project was part of Iran's Maskan-e Mayor housing program, a massive state-backed effort meant to build affordable homes. At its peak,
I wonder how that turned out.
The broader plan involved new...
The thing is, are there any businesses?
...towns and roughly 1.5 million housing units across Iran. And to be fair, a plain concrete apartment is still better than no apartment at all.
Alright.
But these early views of parties are brutal. There are towers, dirt roads, empty lots.
They're all just no, just like those blue buildings that we saw earlier, they're all just copy and pasted.
But almost no signs of street life. It feels less like a neighborhood and more like a construction site.
Yeah.
It does look like a fun place to play paintball though. The original promise was a community with transport, schools.
Okay, so there are little like buildings and there are little restaurants and stuff.
Hospitals and parks.
But all it is just apartment complexes.
Parts of the wider program reportedly struggled with basics like water, heating, and sewage. The buildings are spaced out more than some super dense tower blocks, which actually could have helped if the spaces between them had been turned into green areas. Instead, the gaps just feel like leftover land. Just hire a landscape company and let them go crazy.
Alright.
Newer images show parts of Partis looking much more finished, with roads, paint, cars, and residents moving in. So these images capture the project at its bleakest stage. Still, it shows the danger of treating housing as just a numbers problem, because you can stack thousands of homes into the desert, but without services, transit, and public space, it starts to feel more like storage for people.
Yeah, it's just missing those basic amenities.
Number 24. Apocalyptic McDonald's.
Oh no.
It looks like an apocalypse happened here, in the McDonald's was the only thing that survived.
Oh my god, that's insane.
From above, it almost looks photoshopped. This temporary store was built for Lunar New Year in early 2024.
Really? And so it just stuck around?
And it only lasted about 10 days, so this was basically a limited edition McDonald's. It had saturated red walls and oversized golden arches that almost made it feel ceremonial. But once you stepped a few meters outside, you see... I guess the Lunar New Year wasn't all that was cracked up to be. Back to exposed brick, rusted railings, and air conditioners hanging off buildings.
It's so unbelievably out of place.
The contrast is so sharp that it almost looks fake, and honestly, that is kind of the point. These pop-ups are designed to be hyper-photogenic, pulling people in for a quick visit, a few pictures, and probably a meal. The neighborhood itself, Yongqingfang in Guangzhou's Liwan district, is not actually abandoned or poor, even if it can look a bit worn down.
It just looks like that. It's part of the aesthetic.
Number 25. South Korea Whole Hotel.
Whole Hotel.
This looks less like a hotel and more like a crater.
Yeah, this looks like a freaking mine shaft.
This circular resort, the Kota Hotel, was completed in 1992 in the mountains of South Korea, with around 270 rooms arranged in a ring facing inward. It kinda reminds me of Ponte City from South Africa. Instead of a normal courtyard, the building drops straight down into a massive hollow core, creating this deep, shadowy void in the middle. The views are truly amazing though, and I'm guessing every unit has an outward-facing window on the exterior. But by the late 2000s, things started falling apart.
Oh no.
The owners ran into debt, management issues piled up, and at some point, the people in charge just disappeared. Employees reportedly kept working for years without pay.
Oh no.
Hoping things would turn around, which they didn't. By 2000,
and so then everyone just left.
12, the hotel finally shut down, and everything inside was just left as it was. Nature and time moved in, breaking windows, peeling walls, and slowly chewing through.
A place like this would be really fun to explore.
The structure. What makes it feel especially off is that central void, because it turns the whole building inward, like it's focused on this empty space that serves no real purpose. Standing at the edge, it's not really a hotel anymore, it's more like a giant vertical hallway. So now it sits there in the mountains, a $250 million idea that slowly collapsed into a very expensive hole. Which one of these locations shocked you the most? Let me know.
Okay, this video will make me hate America because we have Home Depot and Walmart, KFC, Six, Sam's, Mickey D's, Wendy's, Arby's, and all of these gas stations, and then we have, I think that's supposed to be the Tower of Babel, but I don't really know. Well, thank you for the recommendation, Jack, if you're still there. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I'm back. You like staying at hotels? I like staying at hotels either. I wish I could live at a hotel, but they're like... But you really wouldn't want to do that, especially like every day. That money, that will pile up and shit. Alright. This is the point in the stream that I had decided that we would do meme reviews, but there's not enough chatters for me to really interact that much. Unless someone shows up at the last minute. Oh my god. If anyone has any... God dang it. I'm also kind of tired, so I wouldn't even know what to talk about at that point. Let me see if there's some other things that we could look at. Why Ohio is the center of everything. Why all flows here. We could take a look at that in place of the meme review. I'd rather do the meme review when I know that there's a bunch of... When I know that there are enough chatters that are interacting. Or we could look at more of those Sims videos. Kardashians at a movie. I don't know what kind of movie that they'd be doing. Nicki Minaj as a security guard. And that one's 11 minutes. AI designed this house and it's weird. Oh, wait a minute. I just saw something in my recommendations a moment ago. I think... it was some... You know what? I'm not even going to talk about it. It was some video about someone that popped up in my recommendations. A certain someone that's been brought up in chat before. I don't know if I should mention it at all. Or not. I think it would be best if I simply ignored it. I don't actually know who's in chat right now. I might even call it early if we have to. Because I don't want to overstay any welcome. Although, we could, honestly, I see this video over here. They watched every North Korean cartoon and it broke them. Oh my god, my eyes. Apologies for the stream being rather slow. I just wish I had more people talking. Oh, we could look at another Kids Bop video. The dumbest 600-pound life patient ever. And what if we fed a Victorian child fast food? You mapped out zero view YouTube and found a security cam operation. Take my time. Yeah. Oh, exploring the Sleeping Humans AI slop rabbit hole. Why not attack? Why not attack? Why not attack? Why don't they attack? Why not attack and why not attack? And they're all using more or less the same exact designs as each other. When it's your first day in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The most disgusting water park ever. Coco Key. Oh, I know about Coco Key. I've seen commercials for it a bunch of times. Chemical burns, feces and urine, moldy walls, gas leaks, shutdowns, injuries, and no fire alarm. Honestly, I think we could take a look at that as the last thing of the night. I don't really, like I said, I don't want to do the meme review unless I have more chatters. So, I mean, we did take a look at that Papa Meat video about the horrors of water parks. Apparently that was a month ago. I didn't realize it was that long ago. But let's go ahead and see what this one is all about. This video contains archival and urban exploration footage of an abandoned water park. Oh, okay. Here, I'm gonna speed this up.
Indoor water parks have always fascinated me. Between their often liminal appearances and their complex engineering, I've always enjoyed talking about these places.
Yeah.
Now, I live in Connecticut, and up until the new Great Wolf Lodge opened last year, we didn't have any indoor water parks. Actually, we used to.
I don't think I've ever been to an indoor water park before.
Over a decade ago, there did used to be one in Waterbury named Coco Key.
Yeah, remember the one, yes. The closest thing I've ever been to a water park is just a pool.
I remember hearing about this place as a teenager.
I remember hearing about the commercials for this.
But wasn't interested in visiting due to its lack of thrill rides. I also heard about how dirty it was, but what I didn't know was that this park was just one location in a chain that used to operate across the Midwestern and Northeastern United States.
Now, to be fair, I haven't heard Coco Key in a long time.
As it turned out, what I heard about the park being dirty was only the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, it gets deep. Okay, so it gets deeper than that.
And the deeper
talk about diving.
I went down the Coco Key rabbit hole, the more terrifying things got. But what exactly was so horrifying about a place that just seemed like a standard children's water park?
I mean, that's how it starts. You could say the same thing about other water parks.
Let's dive into the disgusting history of the Coco Key chain right here on Theme Park Crazy.
Let's check it.
Coco Key. I went to a place just like the island.
Oh, yes, now I remember. These are the commercials in question.
Every day is a birthday.
Yes, the dirty electrical outlets.
There's lots of fun.
Yes, let's go. Oh, sorry, we are out of towels. My avatar keeps doing that thing where the chest puffs. I can't wait to get it fixed. Oh, and then I'm guessing that's the mold. Closed. Cockroaches. Let's go. Water resort in Rockford condemned after unsafe, unsanitary conditions complaints. Yes.
In 2006, the Coco Key Water Resorts chain made its debut. This was during the height of the mid-2000s real estate boom and...
Oh no. Oh, hello, Star. It's about time someone showed up. It's about time someone else showed up.
The U.S. housing bubble. The resorts were developed through a partnership with Wisconsin-based Wave Development and Denver-based Sage Hospitality, as well as other collaborators. Though the U.S. already had the...
You fell asleep, so you were late. Oh no, you're good, Stormy. No meme review tonight since there were too many people that were able to show up. Plus, it gives the subreddits enough time to refresh themselves. But we'll definitely do one on Sunday or Saturday. Saturday/Sunday, whatever day you want to consider that.
Popular Great Wolf Lodge and Kalahari resorts.
Unfortunately, tonight's stream was rather slow in terms of, like, things to talk about. But you win some and you lose some.
The Coco Key chain aimed to cater to a different audience. According to an article...
Yeah, in contrast to Great Wolf Lodge or Kalahari, which offer elaborate, all-encompassing water park resort experiences for hotel guests only, Coco Key was designed as a more flexible and more modestly priced alternative to those powerhouses. Okay, I get it.
By Aquatics International.
Oh, so it was like Action Park or whatever it was called as an alternative to places like Six Flags and Cedar Point.
Contrast to Great Wolf or Kalahari, which offer elaborate, all-encompassing water park resort experiences for hotel guests only, Coco Key was designed as a more flexible and more modestly priced alternative to those powerhouses. Guests could stay at the hotel, visit the water park for the day as a family outing, or combine the two. One major thing...
Give me one moment. I can't get this. The way that I have my camera set up, it's hard to prevent this little head tilt that happens.
Coco Key did differently was how it incorporated the hotel aspect. Rather than a consistently themed all-inclusive resort like with Great Wolf Lodge or Kalahari, Coco Key's developers sought to renovate existing struggling hotels by turning them into...
Oh, I get it. Oh, no, wait. This is the round one arcade strategy. They find struggling malls, and then they open a round one as a means of garnering business.
Water park resorts. The water parks were all essentially boxes bolted onto the existing standard hotels. On paper, Sage's method seemed like an efficient way to build water park resorts super fast and super cheap. Plus, while the hotels would attract the usual business travel clients during the weekdays, the new water parks would increase revenue during the weekends with families visiting. In other words, the Coco Key locations were the water park equivalent of a mullet. Business in
business in the front, party in the back. Let's go.
Between 2006 and 2008, 10 Coco Key locations would open across the U.S. at existing hotels. In 2006, the first locations opened in Arlington Heights, Illinois, and Newark, Ohio.
Okay.
In 2007, more locations would open in Rockford, Illinois, Danvers, Massachusetts, Omaha, Nebraska, and Sharonville, Ohio. Finally, 2008 would see locations open in Kansas City, Missouri, Waterbury, Connecticut, Mount Laurel, New Jersey, and Fitchburg, Massachusetts. The branding of the hotels was different depending on the location. The brands ranged from Best Westerns to Holiday Inns to Sheratons.
Okay.
For the most part, though.
So they didn't really care about what brand that they were as long as it was a hotel of some sort.
The water parks had the same aesthetics. Inside, the indoor spaces were heavily themed to 1930s Key West, Florida.
Really?
The goal was to create a casual, tropical environment, which was achieved by decorating the parks with fake palm trees, brightly colored beach house facades, detailed murals on the walls, and nautical theming throughout. The center...
I mean, they definitely nailed the aesthetic in that case. You never heard of this place? They had so many locations? Yeah. I remember seeing the commercials for this growing up.
Piece of the park was Parrot's Perch, a large...
It must be more I think maybe the commercials only appeared locally then.
Interactive water playground designed for younger children.
I'm sure you've heard of Great Wolf Lodge or Kalahari.
Featured small slides, water cannons, a zero-depth entry area, and a large bucket that would gradually fill up before dumping hundreds of gallons of water every
I've seen these before.
few minutes. The Coconut Grove Adventure River was the park's lazy river. Here, guests could drift through a channel with several water features along the way. Moreover, the park offered larger water slides for older children as well. These were named Shark Slam, Barracuda Blast, Gator Gush, and Pelican Plunge.
Nice.
These were the slides you would see sticking out of the building from the outside.
And they would just keep going in their little motions.
Some locations had 3 of these slides, while others had all 4. It really depended on where you were. For the parents, there was Palm Grotto, which consisted of large hot tubs for relaxing in.
Oh, yeah.
There was also an outdoor hot tub that could be accessed via a swim-through passage.
Ooh, that's actually pretty cool.
One of the more unique features was the Dip-In Theater. Here, visitors could watch movies projected onto a large mock sail while floating in inner tubes. The Coral Reef Cavern served as the park's activity pool. It included nautical-themed lily pads to cross, as well as water basketball hoops.
Yeah, Great Wolf Lodge and Slough?
Hoops and colorful underwater-themed scenery.
Oh,
Attached to the
Splash
park
Lagoon. I don't think I've heard of Splash Lagoon.
is a large arcade too, with a variety of games and other activities to choose from. As for dining, each location had
But the restaurants later debranded. Oh, I see. Oh my god, I haven't been to an A&W restaurant in a while. I was always a big fan of the... No, there used to be... Well, I don't want to reveal too much about an A&W location that used to exist. But the last time I've been to an A&W restaurant was on a marching band trip. And Pizza Hut Express, yes, they have these, they had them at Targets, but then they got rid of, they got rid of one of them and replaced it with a Starbucks. And now they kind of reinstated the mini Pizza Hut.
an A&W and a Pizza Hut Express, as well as the Wet Rooster Bar. This was pretty much one synonym away from being the most explicit snack bar name of all time.
Oh, I get it, because it's a rooster. As the wet... Oh, now I get it.
Good as it seemed on paper, things would start to fall
I don't know if... I think they do. I'd assume that they still exist.
apart just 2 years after the chain's debut. In 2008, the Great Recession caused immense damage to the tourism and hospitality industries. Although the Great Wolf Lodge managed to hold its own with only a 5% decrease in attendance, the Coco Key resorts were reportedly hit the hardest. At first,
because rather than being a hotel themselves, they piggyback off of pre-existing hotels.
You might assume that a lower cost and more local water park would thrive during such a time. Even before the recession, though, there was a major flaw with the business model. According to In Park magazine, the Coco Key properties struggled because they were trying to serve two very different markets at once. However, the properties never fully committed to either identity. Unlike the Great Wolf Lodge, the hotels themselves lacked an immersive theme. The rooms were bland and unexciting because they were meant for business travelers, not family vacationers. And it's not like tired business travelers want children running up and down the halls while
or jumping up and
they're
down
trying to sleep. In summary, operating both a business hotel and a water park while also paying for franchise branding created extremely high operational costs.
Oh, and so they had to get... Oh, and that explains why they had to debrand.
The water parks themselves received criticism for being overly value engineered. Guests generally viewed them as less impressive experiences than competing indoor water parks. Many of the hotels had already been underperforming before the water parks were added, and low...
Yeah, then he mentioned that they only targeted ones that were already, underperforming to begin with.
Weekday occupancy made the whole thing seem like a pretty crappy idea. When the recession hit, these weaknesses became impossible to ignore. Sage Hospitality ultimately exited the indoor water park business altogether, auctioning 11 of its Coco Key properties to various owners at astonishingly low prices. This included 2 hotels that were connected to the same water park.
Not connected physically, but they shared it.
In Sharonville, Ohio. The Arlington Heights location sold for just $7.7 million, which worked out to less than $18,000 per room. This does sound like a lot, but around the same time...
Did they get replaced with other ones?
Sage sold a JW Marriott, which didn't have an indoor water park, for about $370,000 a room, which, unless you live in another dimension, is way more than $18,000. The Newark, Ohio location sold for just $5 million, despite being recently appraised at $36 million just months earlier. The dramatic discounts led In Park magazine to conclude that, in many cases, adding the water parks actually decreased the value of the properties. For the most part, the properties were sold off to independent LLCs and private owners. It was honestly pretty hard to keep track of them. Despite the properties changing hands though, the Coco Key brand itself survived. But regardless of who owned each property,
and we have Yelp scores,
they all went to hell, at least according to their average reviews. One could easily argue that the real estate companies that bought these properties at a discount did not have the funds necessary to run an indoor water park. This discount chain of indoor water parks would have severe health concerns over the years.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into the dirty stuff.
These health issues first got
attention. Health inspectors closed indoor water parks
in 2008, before the sell-off even took place. According to an article from the Boston Herald, the Massachusetts Department of Public Health ordered the Danvers location to shut down after several families reported that their children suffered chemical burns.
Oh, Lord.
These burns were believed...
Is this from the chlorine?
...believed to be caused by excessive chlorine levels...
Alright, yeah. Papa Meat mentioned this in that one video.
...in the water. Now, you might think high chlorine levels simply means that the park used too much pool cleaner. But the truth
I don't think it's that simple.
It's much more disturbing.
Okay, so it's more than pool cleaner.
There's a difference between free chlorine and combined chlorine. When chlorine is added to pool water, it first exists as free chlorine. This form of chlorine is the stuff that disinfects the water by killing bacteria and viruses. However, when free chlorine reacts with contaminants in the water, it forms combined chlorine,
Oh.
also known as chloramines. Contaminants that help create these chloramines include sweat, body oils, lotions, and yes, urine.
Oh, here we go. Oh, and look, and there he is, the infamous PP who, go pee with PP Plus because fortune favors the brave.
You know that famous chlorine smell that people often associate with swimming pools? Well, that's the byproduct of free chlorine and contaminants coming together.
Oh,
Actually,
I get it.
a clean, properly maintained pool shouldn't have much of a smell at all. If the pool
okay.
smells strong, that means the free
That means people are already putting in all of their bodily whatnots.
chlorine is engaged in an epic battle with the contaminants and is desperately trying to disinfect the dirty water. When combined chlorine levels become too high, they can irritate the skin and eyes. Plus,
And I know that it can cause your hair to become bleached.
chloramines evaporate into a dense, invisible fog on the surface of the water that can cause respiratory problems.
Oh, Lord.
In more severe cases, excessive chloramines can even contribute to chemical burns like the ones reported at Coco Key. As it turned out, the free chlorine levels in the water were just fine, but the combined chlorine was not twice, not 3 times, but
15 times. How many contaminants were in the water then?
15 times higher than the legal limit. What they really should have done was shock their pools with a bunch of free chlorine and run the HVAC system to disperse the chloramines. But that would have required closing the pools and spending the money to buy the shock and run the HVAC. So that
Did they not have the means to do it overnight?
That was likely out of the question for a cost-cutting operation. Inspectors also found that the park was not using proper chlorine testing equipment to accurately measure the chemical levels.
Oh my god, so they were cutting corners this whole time.
Moreover, the resort was cited for not having thermometers in its hot tubs either.
Oh my god, oh, so they could have had a McDonald's third-degree burns incident on their hands.
The water park remained closed until the issues were corrected and the facility passed another inspection, which it eventually did. But this was far from the end of the brand's troubles.
No, this was just the beginning.
As the Sharonville, Ohio park gave
Coco Keys Water Park shut down due to broken disinfection system. We truly apologize for any inconvenience.
Give it a double whammy in 2015. In May of that year, the Ohio Department of Agriculture shut down the water park after inspectors discovered that the water disinfection system was broken. The department said that the system had been partially busted for months, and it was not working at all during the latest inspection. The Hamilton County Department of Health added that the resort had gotten complaints for bed bugs as well.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Though the park was eventually cleared to reopen, it was shut down again in October the same year.
Damn! Just when you thought you had it, just when you thought you had it made, eventually it comes crashing down.
This time, they were shut down by the state fire marshal. This was because, and you're gonna.
Oh wait, was this in the thumbnail?
I want to sit down for this. Both the sprinkler system and the fire alarm system were non-functioning.
Oh, they weren't working.
Even the emergency exit pathways were considered unsafe, locked, or not properly.
Oh God, there's no way that that's what the door actually looked like. That better be stock photo. That better be stock footage. Crazy how dangerous an indoor water park can become. Yeah, you should check out Papa Meat's video about it.
Maintained. In other words, if a fire were to happen here, there's a good chance you'd be hearing about this place on Fascinating Horror instead of Theme Park Crazy. Local news station WCPO of Cincinnati.
It's the Coco Key unsafe. So-called owner responds.
He went to investigate the story and actually managed to track down the owner of the LLC that ran the property. When asked to give a story about what happened with.
And of course, you have to keep yourself hidden and anonymous because you don't want to have to face the consequences of your actions. Just being inside one of them and the humidity is 100. On top of that, the chlorine fog, right?
The fire marshal, owner Kumar Vemulapalli, stated, quote, "The fire marshals came, and I don't know anything about it, so talk to the fire marshal." Vemulapalli claimed that he had no idea the fire system wasn't working, explaining,
"You had no idea, sure.
I thought it was working until they came in and said it wasn't."
Yeah, you don't do that. Why can't they do maintenance? Because that requires work. And work requires money. You have to pay people to do the work, but if you don't do the work, then you don't have to pay the people, and you can keep the money for yourself. That's why, yeah, it's expensive.
Working. I didn't have a clue. When asked about the water park's closure in May, he said, the water was, I don't know.
He's struggling to actually give an answer.
You'll have to talk to the Department of Agriculture about why they closed it. Apparently, another one of Vemulapalli's properties, the Travelodge in Sharonville,
Oh my god, so this individual, whoever this is, had other issues in another place.
Shut down by the fire marshal too. Not long after this,
having people to do stuff for you. Yeah, that's no. We need to bring back. I was about to say something very, very wrong, but I stopped myself.
A new management team was brought in, and the property reopened as Splash Cincinnati. but it was soon permanently shut down by the health department in July 2018. This whole situation really showed how the companies who bought these properties at big discounts didn't have anything close to the funds or experience needed to run them. This theme continued in 2015 at Rockford, Illinois' Clock Tower Resort. This Cocoa Key location got flat out condemned. According to the Rockford Register Star, the water park had received numerous complaints of unsafe and unsanitary conditions for
unsanitary conditions
over a year. Between March 2014 and April 2015, the health department inspected Cocoa Key 18 times.
Oh no.
6 of them were results of complaints from customers, and 12 were follow-ups.
Follow-ups. Is being naughty? Yes.
These investigations revealed perhaps the most horrifying water park of the entire chain. According to inspectors, the chlorine levels were all over the place.
Oh my god, so they can't even keep it consistent.
Some pools had way too much chlorine, while others had so little chlorine it couldn't even be measured. In other words, it seemed like they were haphazardly dumping chlorine into the pools in one
18 times, yep.
spot and hoping for the best. All the while, the non-chlorinated parts could have easily become a petri dish for various bacteria and pathogens. According to legend, there was also a bacteria
So this is a legendary location.
Outbreak here, though I haven't been able
There was a what outbreak?
For the best. According to legend, there was also a bacteria outbreak.
Oh, bacteria, that dangerous,
here,
yep.
though I haven't been able to confirm it. What was confirmed...
The fact that he said that it's according to legend. No, we're getting into legendary status.
Though were other findings. The pH levels were improper, there was no certified pool operator, the pool decks were filthy, the suction gauge on the Lazy River's pump was broken, which likely meant that if someone's hair got caught in there would be no automatic shutdown.
Oh no.
The paint was peeling off the floor, the pipes were leaking, and there was sediment on the bottom of the pools with unspecified
floating matter. No, we don't even know what was floating. It's just floating matter.
On top. I don't know what that floating matter was, but it sure as hell wasn't cold foam. Inspectors noted that the restrooms were also horrifying.
Oh lord.
The urinals in disrepair, and toilet paper that was held up by wire and paper clips.
What? Out of all of the ludicrous things to hear, this one takes the cake. Using wires and paper clips to hold up toilet paper dispensers.
A quote, offensive odor of mildew was identified as well.
So I was glad you've never been to this one.
Throughout the complex. Another investigation discovered that an adult woman was injured in July after cutting her heel on one of the children's slides.
Oh my god, that stuff happened at that action park that Queso looked at.
Requiring 7 stitches. While attending to her, the lifeguard reportedly only wore 1 glove.
1 glove, lord.
This incident was never reported to the health department. During a later inspection in August...
Oh no, are those rusty bolts?
It was discovered that workers used large bolts to hold down the mats in the zero-depth children's pool.
Oh god, and what kind of bolts were these? And did people cut themselves on these bolts?
These bolts were sticking out of the mats and were an obvious hazard to kids walking around in bare feet.
No, those look like they're rusted, unless this was taken long after.
The city of Rockford conducted its own inspection and found even more alarming hazards. Officials cited gas leaks in mechanical equipment, major plumbing leaks, poor ventilation, and water leaking near electrical equipment.
Oh my god, these people... Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
In a follow-up inspection, water was seen filling an elevator pit.
Oh hell no!
Forcing the elevator out of service. On top
oh my god, I don't even think Action Park was this bad.
Of all of this, the air temperature was 79 degrees inside with a water temperature of 98 degrees.
Oh my god.
According to state code,
the pool temperature for indoor swimming pools shall not be less than 76 Fahrenheit or more than 92. Air temperature at an indoor shall be higher than the water temperature. I'm pretty sure that, I mean, personally, I wouldn't mind if I had a nice heated pool, but if this is what the regulation says, then it shall be followed. How did they do everything wrong? I don't know. They were just trying to cut costs. They wanted to be the more budget-friendly alternative to like Great Wolf Lodge, but I guess they cut a lot more from the budget than we had anticipated.
Air must be warmer than the water, and the water can't go above 92 degrees. Soon enough, the Winnebago County Health Department revoked the park's operating license. They cited what they described as a, quote, continuing lack of regard for public health and safety. The resort had been temporarily closed months earlier, but this inspection showed that zero effort was made to fix anything.
Nothing was fixed. They temporarily shut it down in hopes that something would change, but nope. They probably just put a small bandage on it and thought that they wouldn't notice.
Of the existing problems. All in all, the Clock Tower Resort was hit with around $250,000 in fines, including the fines that it was hit with earlier in the year. A code hearing on the violations was held, but management refused to show up.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
The resort never reopened, and most of it was swiftly demolished.
It actually took a few years to demolish the hotel.
So the water park sat abandoned for years. This place was covered in graffiti and became a pretty popular urban exploration spot with plenty of videos on YouTube.
Yep.
These videos are actually pretty disturbing, with some of the spots giving some pretty big backrooms vibes.
I wouldn't mind doing something like this.
And just look at the amount of stuff that was left behind. It's as if the property was shut down and abandoned in the middle of an operating day. You can see binders, swimsuits.
Yep, seems more expensive to not do the work.
Expired food, soda cans, and even the computer system was left on in a state of limbo.
Really? So, who was supplying the electricity?
Some truly terrifying stuff. The cash registers and vaults, meanwhile, are totally empty.
Well, that's to be expected. You gotta cash it out at least.
So it's quite possible that the owners pulled a Steve Miller Band and decided to take the money and run. Eventually, the whole space was bulldozed to make room for a new Hard Rock casino. Now, let's turn our attention to the Omaha location. This spot, which was part of the Holiday Inn Omaha Convention Center, was also shut down by the health department in 2021, but not before.
Yeah, how is their power?
Or another.
The Kyoko Water Resort shuts down to address health conditions.
High-profile case of failing a health inspection in 2018. According to the Douglas County Health Department, serious issues were found during a July 6th inspection. Like the Rockford location, sediment was found on the bottom of the pool.
More sediment.
This time identified as silica sand from the filtration system.
Oh.
In addition, some of the pool lights were not working, and both the pool decks and the steps outside the locker rooms were filthy. Some of the flow meters
the footage of abandoned Rockford location
weren't working. Baking soda was stored on the floor. The bottom of the lazy river had loose chunks of concrete and rough areas that needed to be resurfaced.
Oh god.
There was dirt, debris.
Oh my god, all of this neglect.
And a scum line in the outdoor spa. The signage.
All this neglect and complacency.
Needed replacing.
To the perfect demonstration of slothfulness, if anything.
And perhaps most damning of all, the pool manager couldn't find the certifications for the park's lifeguards.
Oh god, that's... I'm pretty sure that kind of thing is... I'm pretty sure securing that and having easy access to it would be priority number one.
Needless to say, the resort was shut down as a result of these violations. Resort General Manager Mario Mandolfo would claim to KMTV3 that he didn't have the money needed to pay for the repairs.
Sure you didn't.
Mandolfo admitted, "We've tried to repair things and we used a band-aid instead of repairing things." However, he denied that the lifeguards working for him were uncertified, saying, "They said we didn't have the lifeguard certificates. We had them."
Doubt they were ever certified? Okay, so I guess if we... So, it's not that we couldn't find them, it's that they didn't exist.
They just weren't in the office of the water park. Overall, Mandolfo...
They're not... Why would they not be in the office of the water park? You would think that's the first place that they would be. Where the hell were they then? Otherwise, they don't exist.
Said, "I guess the blame would fall on me. Maybe I didn't do the job I was expected to do."
Oh, what's that? Someone like this actually taking responsibility? I'll believe it when I see it.
Interestingly enough, one comment on the news story
oh my god,
refuted the certification.
I worked there. I was head lifeguard. They are terrible owners. None of our other lifeguards, quote unquote, were certified except me. Oh, it looks like Stormy was right. Only one of them was certified. I always asked to drain the park and do a cleaning, and they always said no. Every single lifeguard was high smoking weed. Had a lifeguard come in drunk and drop a 3-foot pole from the top slides once. I left because of the liability. Glad I got out there before this stuff happened. If you go there, don't expect the lifeguards to save you. None of them were actual lifeguards. Just high school kids high out of their minds. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on these entities.
Claims. User GIDD504 said, "I work..."
Okay, he's about to repeat what I just said.
Slides 1.
That's like... How many times this has happened where I try to read something, but then the YouTuber that we're looking at reads it anyway?
The lifeguards to save you. User Kirk 8 actual lifeguards, just high school kids high out their minds. By the way, TripAdvisor user Kirk H revealed that the hotel had mold on its walls. Fellow user Travel Infam SD showed mold on the ceiling as well.
You knew it. Well, you kinda knew it. One of them was certified.
A post on the Omaha subreddit went into even more horror stories about this location. Beats Mike said, "This place has been a disgusting death trap for years. I used to deliver food and was sent to this hotel occasionally. Even the rooms were awful, smelled like mold, mildew, and dust. Deleted says, last time I was there, I found poop in the pool at the end of the slides. On a related note, there was this scathing review by Carol H. from the Kansas City location.
Even vomit?
The water is unsanitary. Poop and vomit in the pool. When we told someone about it, they took the poop and vomit out.
But they didn't even
to swim in it. Despite being
what does the rest of that say? Hardly any supervision or lifeguards. Kids are running wild, pushing other kids underwater. There have also been several news stories about cars in the parking lot getting broken into. Oh lord.
Able to reopen in 2018.
Yeah, so the water park closed after failing health
and
inspection.
Surviving the COVID-19 pandemic, this resort was shut down yet again in 2021.
Again, so it's not even the first time.
That year, a guest attending a children's birthday party was appalled at the cloudiness of the water and the unsanitary conditions of the park. She contacted the health department, who conducted another inspection before shutting down the park. In an article about the closure, local news outlet WOWT revealed that in 2012, a hazmat team had to be called in due to a chlorine gas leak.
Oh my god.
Yes, another potential fascinating horror episode that was thankfully averted.
Oh my lord. And so was this like actual chlorine gas?
As it turned out, the Omaha property was purchased by an outside developer for $6.3 million just 2 months before it was shut down.
Oh my god. Oh, so they sold it. Okay, so whoever sold it, they knew that eventually something bad was gonna happen to it, so they decided to get out while they could.
Apparently, the park previously announced it would close in July, but was shut down prematurely. Of course, the location has since been torn down and replaced with an apartment complex.
Okay.
But what about the other Coco Key locations? Well, although they didn't get as much infamy as the ones we just discussed, they didn't exactly have a great reputation. Take, for example, the one in Waterbury, Connecticut, around my neck of the woods. This was part of the now-defunct Holiday Inn Waterbury. If you go on TripAdvisor or Yelp, you'll still find plenty of unflattering photos and reviews of this place. This photo, taken by TripAdvisor
too shallow, no diving.
User Joshua G, shows a visible scum line on the edge of
I get it. So they don't even bother clean once again.
And cloudy water inside of it. He emphasized, quote, the pool is in dire need of a cleaning and it reeked of pure chlorine.
It wouldn't, it's like this close to becoming just hydrochloric acid at that point.
So yeah, the chloramines were certainly a problem at this place. This photo by Sincerely Yours.
What is this?
09 shows a broken swing bar system on one of the hotel room doors.
Oh.
Devon T showed torn lampshades, a cracked toilet seat, and a ripped chair.
Oh my god.
Carol R posted.
Oh, and then this one, we saw this in the little intro sequence.
A photo of what appears to be mold growing on one of the outlets. She also said that the bathroom mirror was discolored and almost threw up from the smell in a drawer.
Good fucking lord.
Over on Yelp, things didn't
of course
get much better, and the resort sat with a dismal 1.6 out of 5-star rating.
I mean, you could see that with a bunch of other places, but I'm just saying.
M showed the hotel floor was covered in garbage, and Extremely D shared a picture of what appeared to be blood on a bathroom wall. Of course, it could have been rusty water or something, but this is a flat-out disturbing thing to see. Natasha H shared a picture.
Oh my god, a rusty thingy.
Of what looked like a small rusty nail.
Oh my god, maybe a screw, but still, no. Tetanus waiting to happen.
Claiming her son stepped on it at the bottom of the kiddie pool.
Oh god, I hope he got his shots.
The Waterbury location ended up closing in 2016, less than a decade after opening. Nowadays, its spot is home to a restaurant depot. As for the other locations, they each met different fates. The Arlington Heights location closed 3 years after opening due to the global recession. The Newark, Ohio location suddenly closed in 2017 for unspecified reasons.
Unspecified reasons?
The water park,
you never seen a rating that low before?
Portion, meanwhile, was completely gutted and turned into the Ohio Event Center. It's currently used for trade shows, weddings, and car shows, among other events. The Kansas City, Missouri, and Mount Laurel, New Jersey locations closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic and never reopened.
Oh, well, at least that one. Yeah.
The Kansas City location became a pickleball venue, and while there were plans to reopen the New Jersey location, it remains standing but not operating to this day. Though considering the
so this is the only one that's there.
Location apparently had a problem with roaches, I doubt it will be missed by the community. As of today, only 3 Coco Key locations continue to operate as water parks. First off, after initially closing in 2013, the Fitchburg, Massachusetts location was heavily renovated and turned into a Great Wolf Lodge.
Oh, well then, so they got bought out.
In the same state, the Danvers, Massachusetts location is an interesting case. It too closed in 2020 due to the pandemic, and when it reopened,
and then this one was completely replaced.
Was rebranded as the Water Park of New England. Despite the rebranding though, the interior of the water park is
it's still the same.
Pretty much the same thing as the original Coco Key, just without the branding.
Yeah.
Because of that, I was able to use Canopy Coaster's footage of it in this video in place.
And is it clean though? That's the question.
In case of the original Coco Key, due to footage of the original parks being rare, it continues to operate to this day as part of the DoubleTree by Hilton and is said to be in much better conditions than the other locations were. Now, with
well, at least they're trying.
All that said, there's one more location we haven't discussed, and this one may shock you. That's because it's completely different from the previous ones, and yet it still possesses the Coco Key branding. Located on International Drive in Orlando, Florida.
This one's an outdoor water park.
The Coco Key Orlando Resort first opened in April 2010. This made it the last location in the chain to debut. Initially, this park was different from the others.
Okay, so this was under a different...
It was owned by CNL Financial Group instead of Sage.
Okay.
These were the former operators of New York Sterien Lake, among other theme parks and attractions. Though ownership of the Orlando location has since changed hands, the operational difference likely led to major other differences. Originally built into the old Legacy Grand Hotel, this Coco Key isn't just an attachment to a separate hotel, it's an all-inclusive resort.
Okay, so this one's the only one that's actually a resort.
Not only that, but the water park isn't completely indoors. Instead, it consists of an outdoor water park and a covered section for inclement weather. This allows for much more ventilation than the other parks had, preventing that severe chloramine smell. There's also a wider variety of slides, with some more modern attractions for both kids and adults to check out. Most importantly, the reviews are much
Okay, now this is the only one that's actually good enough, apparently. Six Flags that got bought out. Oh, I see.
With the resort having a 4.1 out of 5 rating on TripAdvisor, a rating never before seen by the brand. This Coco Key is pretty much what would happen if you took a high-quality Italian restaurant and named it Golden Corral. As for the defunct locations, though...
But everywhere else, they either got replaced, or they got bought out, or rebranded. They really run that park well. Yeah, no, this one, yeah, well, not this, but the one we just looked at. That's the only one that actually has Coco Key. And then that one became a Great Wolf Lodge, and the other became independent, I guess.
I'll probably be seeing them in my nightmares tonight. But have you visited one of these parks? Let me know in the comments below. And speaking of comments, now it's time for the comment shoutout program.
Okay, yeah, that'll be it for that. Yeah, we take that. Okay, America has a gas station drug problem, so I tried them. Well, nice to know that even in the dead... I don't... it seems that I'm very bad at outros at this point. Well, it's nice to know that... You know what? I'm not even going to force it. That's the video for that. The water looked cloudy as fuck. Alright. We might have time for, like, one more thing, perhaps, but I don't really know what else to look at. I was really hoping that other chatters would show up so that we could actively do the meme review, but it is what it is. Wait, did I? Oh, that's right. There was this. Yay. Yeah, any ideas? I don't know. I did have these two quick videos that I wanted to take a look at, but I was hoping that more people would show up, so we might have to think about it. What's wrong, Stormy? Did you want to do a meme review? Or am I misunderstanding? We could scroll through this in order to see something that might be interesting. Like the sum of a non-integer number of terms, where the first value is equal to 1, and then it goes to the square root of 2. Oh, you were late. No, you're fine. Please don't spell sorry like that. Please don't. I'm serious. Okay. Reddit's horrifying goon caves. Imagine the smell. I don't want to. Yes, fun is mandatory at Weird World of North Korean theme parks. And do you know about this cart? Does anyone know about the... whatever it's called? Never mind. You went to one of the world's final series. Goon Caves. Lord of mercy. I don't think we're gonna look at that. That might be a bit much for me. At this point, I'm kind of just rambling and ranting and raving about, I don't know. The tragic story of Burger King foot lettuce guy. Sounds about right. We can take a look at these raccoon videos. Trying to steal all your change. I honestly don't know what to do now. Oh, do you want to hear her introduction instead of actually saying here? Ooh, what? Did you see something earlier? Raccoon videos. Yes. Mobbed by 30 fat fucks over here. I can let you guys... We can find C that satisfies the conclusion for the mean value theorem for the function of x is equal to x squared plus 5x minus 6 on the interval -2 to 3, including those two numbers. The domesticated raccoon shorts reacts. They're not technically domesticated, they're technically just tamed. But I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, I have done reactions to Tito the raccoon. The first one we took a look at was them ranking goldfish crackers and then them ranking others. We saw this one vid of a lady who got pulled over and a raccoon in her car was trying to use her crack pipe. Well, shit.
You guys robbing Dad of all his change and monies, huh?
Billy only wants real silver. I guess you guys don't care as long as it's change.
They're just trying to see what's... Wait. No. What are you doing? Stop. Why did that happen? I was trying to pause the short. Marine? No. I was trying to pause it, but I accidentally clicked on the go back arrow. God damn it. That was not supposed to happen. Oh my god. So Utah's average now to his greed sickens me. Yes, it does. She's a Sonic character. Oh, okay. Witness rants about 2 sleeping pilots. Toddler beauty pageants. The first time in 19 years an album got rated 0 out of 10. If Penguin Zero said the N-word again because he was caught clapping cheeks to the Cocomelon theme song. Wait, what? Okay, I may as well show you what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna say it. I had another whoopsie poopsie the other night when I was drinking that Don Julian, trying to enjoy my
Where's the
weekend
original
after
video?
A long week of content creation.
This is him saying it again.
And I got a little hungry, so I decided to go to a Popeyes Louisiana kitchen. And I'm sure you could probably tell where I'm going with this. Cool. Hello? No,
I hope you guys can hear this.
I'm actually recording a.
Does this actually happen?
I don't really know.
Does this actually happen in Moist Critical's videos, where someone just calls him in the middle of recording and he leaves it in?
Okay, alright, no, alright.
Alright, Charlie, that's your last shot, bro. That's too much.
Hey, buddy, I'm not judging how much Kool-Aid you're drinking when you...
Yo,
you wasn't even... There's no basketball hoops over here for you and your nigga friends to play.
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
How about you go drag your knuckles somewhere? I am...
Charlie was never the same again after he got revitiligo.
So sorry about that. I just wanted some chicken.
He wanted some chicken and he said the N-word.
Alcohol in my system. I couldn't control myself. And it just came out. I'm sorry. I don't usually use that term. It's not in my vocabulary. I don't plan on using it again, but
you need to stop.
This is the only Popeyes Louisiana kitchen in the world with a bar, and you expect me not to drink?
I'm not telling you not to drink.
It's that Don Julian.
He even got the crocodile tears.
Making a nigga act up.
Lord of mercy. Okay, where is the original one that he made? Oh, wait, this is the one where he got caught twerking.
Another one bites the dust. As they would say, as I was caught red-handed shaking my cheeks to the Cocomelon theme song last night, my condolences to the individuals that lost their eyesight while watching me do this goofy dance to this goofy song, as I blinded 11,000 individuals who are warning me of my career, telling me, no, don't do it again, put your cheeks back in your jeans. It was too late beyond that point.
Oh. Yeah, looky here. Wait, look at the corner. He gonna be clapping cheeks to Cocomelon.
Yeah, baby, let's go.
There we go. Yeah, let's go. No, there ain't no better way to clap cheeks than to that.
My cap for this one because this is a pretty serious matter. As you see, I have the black tee on today, not the usual white. And also because it's getting pretty hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I'm going to take my clothes off. As Nelly would say, as he's getting twerked on by biddies in the club, and not by a 5'6" Charles White on a Thursday night. What a wacky wake-up call to all the old ladies that still think I'm God. I apologize for my poopy behavior. That's about it.
That's about it. But this is what happened. Yes, ever since his skin got dark, he's been doing a whole bunch of crazy shit. Do I want to take a look at those two videos that I saw the other day? There were two videos that I saw that I was laughing so hard at the first time that I saw them, but I think I'd rather share them when there's more people in chat, all things considered. Alright. I don't really want to overstay, but part of me wants to just keep going just because. 30 sounds that 2000s kids will remember. Unless, of course, Stormy, would you happen to have anything that you could think of, or anyone else for that matter? If you get revitiligo, will you lose your ability to swim? I don't know, because Granddad can swim pretty well. I don't think you'll lose the ability. You can't put E in a box, as they say, and Squidward smokes weed. It's a hell not to write about dark histories. And they didn't teach finance gurus in school. And can x to the x equals 0? How the Pythagorean theorem was discovered. What I didn't look at that. Are you talking about that blue-haired guy who was screaming and shouting and stomping? I think Blair White and Normal Gaze already talked about that. Ow. Yeah, I've seen that on my own. I thought about looking at it live, but I keep hesitating, even though I really, really shouldn't. You have an idea? If you remember this show, you probably hated it. But if you have an idea, don't be afraid. There are only wrong answers, so it doesn't even matter. Ow, ow, ow. Because we could look at James Charles getting canceled for the 100th or for the 1000th time. Warren Smith, I don't know who that is. Which one? Where he debated someone? It's not long. I don't think I've seen this guy. I don't usually take a look at this kind of stuff very often, mostly because I wouldn't even know where to begin. Do you have a specific thing that you wanted me to see? Or is it this top one anyway? This top one? I just don't want to get confused. I just don't want to get. I just don't want to misunderstand. Okay, I figured. Anti-slept reporter shuts down your interview when you expose her as a racist.
I'm just going to say this and you can debate it. You can't be racist against white people.
Yes, you can.
You can be prejudiced against white people.
Same thing.
Racism implies a power.
Oh, and this is the Proud Family dynamic. The Proud Family reboot says that you can't be racist unless you are in a position of power, which I'm not in a position of power. So according to that loopy-haired bitch...
Balance.
Where'd you learn that?
That's just how it is.
That's not how it is.
That there's no way to arrive to that.
What happened? You say it's just how it is.
That is.
So
I'm
when
sorry.
people say, well, black people have to use separate water fountains, because that's just how it is. I'm sorry.
If that's how you want to take it, that's how you want to take it.
That's not how I want to take it. That's how you want to take it.
You don't think you can advance any more on that?
I really don't want to.
Of course, you don't want to actually think about it. You just want to parrot other people's talking points.
I wanted to get this out quickly because this is one of the most important interactions I've ever caught on camera. I was at a student summit speaking to students. A reporter sat down who was covering the event.
When people are talking about DEI, they're specifically talking about trying to achieve specific outcomes.
Yes.
So you said it. I don't think it logically works.
Okay.
I tried to point out to her that DEI inevitably is racist, logically. There's no way around it.
Because I think it's the only example of systemic racism anyone's been able to provide to me.
It's not
there's these two Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubers that think DEI is that think that people that hate on DEI are overreacting. And I've met one of them before. Well, I've seen one of them before at a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. I wanted to talk to them, but I got stage fright.
Systemic racism against you.
How?
Well, everyone deserves a chance to speak and a chance to kind of be out there. We are only as good as representing everyone in their nation. It's not just white men. It's not just rich people. We need every single voice there.
So it'd be equal opportunity, right?
Yes.
Okay, but
but equity is equal outcome.
Yes.
So it's a different word. That's why we have a
Yes,
different
but
word.
we should be fighting for equality and equity.
Okay.
It's both sides of the coin.
I don't know if that's how it works. Like, one way to describe equality versus equity is that equality, let's say you have two people of different heights. Equality, and they had to, like, peer over a fence. Equality would be giving them the same size box, but equity would be giving the shorter person a taller box.
If equity is, am I misunderstanding equity?
I don't think you are. I think equity is leveling the playing field so then everyone can reach an equal opportunity.
Okay, so let's run through an example. Like, how do we level the playing field? I'm a firefighter, volunteer firefighter, so let's use that as an example. If there's not enough of a specific skin color in the fire department, how do we fix that without being racist?
It's also just reaching out to demographics who don't.
That's advertising.
It's advertising, yes,
That's
but
not equity.
it's making sure those people that feel comfortable joining a group like firefighters.
So we'll because mentally we have this column of advertising. We're trying to put that aside and understand equity, though. Because you're advocating for DEI, right?
Yes.
Okay, so can you get into the DEI portion of it beyond advertising?
Just that, like, everyone is equal of a. I don't really understand what you're asking.
Of course not.
Keep in mind, this is someone who has already graduated college. I doubt she has ever been challenged on this ever before.
It's opening up these doors for everyone so we don't have to get to a point where that is an issue.
Can we get specific, though? What does it mean, opening up the doors without lowering standards?
It's allowing people to understand that everyone is welcome and bridging the gap. Advertising, I agree.
I'm having trouble commenting on this, honestly.
With you on that aspect. I think that's part of it. It's showing off
So what's the
that
other part,
you're.
though?
What do you mean?
How do you get equal outcome?
By making sure the standards are the same, by making sure everyone.
I don't even know what point she's trying to make.
One feels welcome and is trained the same way. That has nothing to do. DEI has nothing to do with standards.
You just said making sure everyone is trained the same way.
Yes.
How is that DEI?
That's just basic hiring.
Right. That's my point. Is it's not DEI.
Yeah.
So can you explain to me DEI?
DEI is making sure everyone feels welcome and secure, and that you're not.
DEI is just making people feel welcome.
It's making sure everyone has the equal opportunity to apply to something. Everyone has the equal opportunity to get hired.
That'd be equality.
Yeah, that's equality, not equity.
That's not DEI. DEI means something very specific. Equity means something different than equality. That's why we have different words for both of them.
Okay.
Everyone has the equal ability to become a firefighter.
Yes.
That's not equity.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Okay. So do you think DEI now, if we look at it through this lens, do you think pushing for equal outcomes might be a flawed process?
I still don't think so.
Equity means equality of outcome. No one can explain to me how you're going to achieve that without being, by definition, racist. The only response she can offer is to change the very definition of racism.
I think you can debate the language and you can confuse people with how you debate the language.
So you mean like what you guys do on a regular basis?
I just think fighting for everyone to have equal rights, equal opportunities, making sure that playing field is equality and equity go hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other.
Okay, so the words mean specific things, and we have two different words because they
Yes.
mean different. It's not like a word game, right? Can we
Yes.
agree on that?
Yes.
Okay, so if they go hand in hand, but can you explain what's the difference between equity versus equality?
Equity is making sure
Yeah, her response is that's just how it is.
that, so let's say equality is just kind of giving everyone the same opportunity. Equity is everyone has the same opportunity, but you might not have access to that opportunity because of obstacles in your way. So
the ability to do things or to be qualified.
Everyone-
I don't know what point she's trying to make.
has access to apply to a job. Not everyone
If it wasn't for equality push, we would never have equity after.
can. Let's take colleges. Everyone has access to apply to colleges. Not everyone can afford the application fee. Not everyone can afford a college counselor to make sure they get in. Not everyone can afford tuition, loans, et cetera, et cetera.
Socioeconomic.
Yes.
I agree
Equity
with you.
is.
Like scholarship is not applied on race.
Yes.
Your socioeconomic status.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with race.
See her face change as soon as I say not applied on race. She's like, wait, hold up.
Wait, hold up. Did you just say something I don't agree with?
To her, the important component is skin color. You can't take that out of the equation. And this is where she starts to get upset.
So like my students, I used to be a teacher. My students taught students that came from like nothing. And the problem with equity is that it's only applying that socioeconomic advantage based on skin color, because they're saying this group, because a group
I
skin color
disagree.
is
There's,
underrepresented.
as someone who just graduated and went through scholarship opportunities, there's opportunities, specific scholarships for people of color, for Italians, which I am, which I don't consider myself an oppressed class.
Try saying that back in the 1800s when Italians were an oppressed class.
There's scholarships for low-income people. Every single demographic, there is a way to give a boost up for.
So I guess I'm just curious. I don't understand why we break people down into groups based on race.
We shouldn't. We shouldn't.
Yet here you are breaking them down based on race.
But that's where we always have been. The whole point of, I guess, is to level that. It's to make it so we get to a point where those groups don't matter. But right now, for bad people, they matter. So we have to overcorrect it to make it an even playing field to then eventually down
And what does she mean by bad people?
the year, down the line, everyone is exactly equal. No one needs an extra boost because they haven't been disenfranchised.
This is where I run into it, and I appreciate you having this
Yes.
conversation. I mean this honestly, because you just admitted that it's a bad thing what we're doing.
It's
but
a
we're
bad thing
doing
what we
something
were doing.
bad.
I mean, previously when people weren't hired because of their race, because of their gender, because of their
So we
sexual
should do a
orientation.
I agree. Racism is bad, but I don't think implementing racism is to get over racism is logical.
It's not racism.
Yes, it is.
I'm
Why is it a
sorry.
bad thing?
I'm just gonna say this, and you can debate it. You can't be racist against white people. You
Yes, you
can
can.
be prejudiced against white people. Racism implies a power imbalance that white people have the advantage over.
You can't. So it's where'd you learn that?
Oh yeah, this was in the intro.
That's any bullying, any kind of form of, it's about a power imbalance.
So you got this from bullies.
It's punching up versus punching down. Where did I learn that? I went to school, I went to university, I read, I do research.
Who told you that? What are the sources that you use?
It's not racism. It's treating people differently based on the color of their skin.
I mean, on the very basics, yes, but there is the aspect of it.
Can't be racist unless there's a power.
There was a Faria Faraji video that I watched where he was talking about the Odyssey movie, where one of the things that he pointed out about how the far left views the Odyssey movie was that they view it as is that they view things in terms of power imbalances and not based on things how now they are. Oh, hey, Glock. Apologies, Glock, that you had to show up at the very end of the stream again.
Because it's the same thing with bullying. It's like, it's punching up versus punching
Why do we have a
down.
different word for racism versus bullying?
Because racism is bullying on the impression of race.
So it is race. It's not. So you can be racist against a specific.
When there is a bully, you have a small guy and a big guy.
That's not always the case.
Even if that small guy is trying to bully the big guy, there is not that same power
But you
imbalance.
see, what you're doing is you're categorizing an entire group of people as a little guy versus a big guy.
Yeah, that's the problem.
How's that not racist?
Because it's systematically how it's always been. To this day,
How do you? But you're making a judgment on someone based on the color of their skin.
Yeah, exactly. No, no. The watcher says no. I wonder how she would feel if I were making these exact same points against her, knowing that I'm half Latino, I have some Arab on my dad's side, I'm gay, and other things. I wonder how she would feel if I told her these exact same points that he's making. That I would most certainly break her brain, and then she'd probably think of me as self-hating, or maybe I have Stockholm Syndrome against the white man.
That's not what I said.
You just said it's always been that way. You are this thing because of.
No, I said it's always been, people have always treated others that way.
Aren't you doing that though?
No.
But you just said someone with this skin color has a hierarchy of power.
What time is it? Yeah.
Yes. I am
Or
a
treating
white
them
person,
differently
so I
based
have
on the color of
inherently
their skin.
privilege.
And there it goes. She's the self-hating white bitch. Yes, I said it. Yeah, she's basically saying that because she... Yeah. I don't even think I need to say it out loud.
Yes. I am
Or treating
a white
them
person,
differently
so I
based
have
on the color of
inherently
their skin.
privilege.
You can judge yourself, but can't judge others based on the color of skin without being racist.
Yes, I agree. That's not what I said at all.
You said white people have a automatic
There is a
power.
white privilege. That doesn't mean I'm judging them.
Try telling that to the people known as white trash who don't have any privilege whatsoever because they live in trailer parks.
Privileged, you having privilege doesn't mean I judge you for that privilege. It's how you use that privilege.
You are judging them based on the color of skin.
I'm not.
How are you arriving at the conclusion that they have privilege?
Because if that's just how it is.
That's how it is. Sure, it is.
That there's no way to arrive to
See what
that.
happened? You say it's just how it is.
That is. I'm sorry.
So that's just basically.
People say, well, black people have to use separate water fountains because that's just how it is. I'm sorry.
If that's how you want to take it, that's how you want to take it.
You don't think you can advance any more on that?
I really don't want to.
Lazy ass trick.
All right. Well, thank you.
Of course.
I wouldn't say that she shut down. She certainly kept on talking.
Keep in mind, this is an event that is designed for students to come together to have difficult conversations.
Even Martin Luther King advocated for helping anyone in poverty, not color-based assistance. Now, that's another thing. These types of people will say, eat the rich, tax the rich, but you'll never hear them say, help the poor. You'll never see them actually helping the poor. You see them going out into the streets and doing a whole bunch of protest and stuff, but they don't actually help the people that they claim to care about, right? They're too focused on the opposite type of people.
And disagree. If I'm being too insensitive in this interaction, then what's the point of the event?
All right. Can I go home now? This is the moment that police realized that she was a soulless monster. And the 4 kinds of black Americans. Boondocks already has the 4 kinds. That's what it's all about, pretty much. And the Boondocks has the 4 type. Well, how many? Yeah, there's Huey, who's the radical revolutionary. Granddad, who only does things for the benefit of himself. Riley, who is the average hoodlum. Mr. Dubois, who is an Oreo, for lack of a better term. And then there's Uncle Ruckus. No relation. And those are the 5 types of black Americans, if anything. All right. It's 4:45 in the morning where I live. I don't know if I'd want to do one more thing. I mean, Glock just showed up, so I feel obligated to keep streaming for his sake. But, I don't know. What? Did you have Uncle Ruckus is a white man? Oh. Well, excuse me for dead racing him. I misraced him because he's got that black ass all right. Yes, I miscolored him because guess what? We got our color quota filled. Because you can go ahead and get the hell on out of here, Krusty the Nook. So you know him. And he is not black. Nor does he consider himself to be black. Many people mistake him for being the Spanish word for black because they don't know that he's living with the heartbreaker Revitalago. You see, the skin condition is the opposite of what Michael Jackson's got. Because every day he applies a topical ointment made of bleach and sulfur. He likes to think it works. Thankfully, he hadn't gotten too much darker in the past few years, and he likes dedicating small shrines to important white people that are important in his life. Such as John Wayne. He didn't take no shit from brothers, engines, nor Mexicans. And then there's George Bush I. Loved him. And then Barry Manilow, the most soulful soul singer who ever lived. He also wakes up at about 4:45 in the a.m. every morning, and that's about 12 hours before most brothers wake up. He always makes sure that the school bus is always clean for all the white chillin'. Also, what happened to JoJo Siwa 2 years ago? All right. Does anyone have any last minute things to say or talk about before we sign off for the night? As per usual, I'm always down for some last minute convo. He has to show up for his 47 jobs, and I'm guessing one of those jobs must be a Unabomber, because how else is his grandmother supposed to die in this fucked up chair? I mean, no lumbar support. You want her to die with back problems, you raggedy motherfucker. Drugs happen to JoJo. I mean, she sounds like that she's smoked a lot of cigarettes. You glad you caught me? Yeah. Uh-oh. Glock just caught me. He caught me red-handed. Your highlight was the water slide part. Unfortunately, the stream was rather slow in terms of, like, not only messages, but content. But I did what I could. Ultimate chicken horse is deeper than you thought. We have a raccoon racing. Y'all be good? Alright, here. Hopefully on Saturday there will be more people to show up and I can show off those 2 videos that I saw that I thought were absolutely hilarious. But yeah, I think... But if nobody has anything else to say, thank you all very much. Whoever was able to make it tonight, I thank you. Yep, we always thank you for. I appreciate you guys hanging out, even if some of y'all showed up a little fashionably late. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, man. But hopefully, Saturday night / Sunday morning will be a little more active. I was about to say bubbly, but that's a a weird thing to describe it. But all right, I'll be back Friday night for the DDR, followed by Stardew Valley. Hopefully this time we'll complete the community center. Maybe, hopefully. We just need a rabbit's foot and large milk or a large egg. But take care.